guys, welcome to another Chillstream. I accidentally hit go live, so here we are, because YouTube doesn't let you pause it. I'd have to just delete it and start all over again, which is not as fun as it sounds. So today we're going to be working on these little DIY stitch kits. I picked these up from Michael's. I think they were about $10 each, which is a little hefty when you think about it, when you're buying in multiples. And this is made by Dimensions.
6 or something. Honestly, I think they were.
Maybe. I don't think so, though. I
really
really
do. You
do.
would buy something like $10 each.
It makes it starts getting expensive when you're doing multiples. But anyway, we're still waiting for the third member of our trio to return. But do you want to go ahead and unpack
start
them?
Looking at them.
Yeah. All right. So they are pretty simply made. They have packaging, and they have. I know. I really wasn't expecting for it to go live. My brain. I just got back from driving for an hour, and I don't know about you guys, but when I've been driving for a while, my brain just kind of turns to mush, and I need like 10 minutes for it to kind of come back.
But she got mushy brain.
Mushy. Yeah, I got mushy brain. So I mean, I haven't even promoted the stream yet. I haven't been able to do anything. It's great.
Anyway, I went ahead and opened
Oh, it
this one up.
disconnected me. Love
You
it.
said that doesn't
Nothing.
happen.
No. Yeah, only when YouTube wants to. It doesn't
thank
happen
you.
when I want it. I can't make it. Do it when I want it to. Can
You have to
scoot
move
in?
over some. I'm
Or
good.
I'll
I
climb.
think.
No,
I'll
I
see
want you to
can.
move in because I have to fix the camera. I actually thought about doing this outside today because the weather's so beautiful and because I'm not a goat.
Because you're not a goat.
Yeah, because in this room, it's kind of narrow and there's still moving boxes and stuff because
You
this
have to
isn't.
climb,
I
huh?
have to climb to get anywhere.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, I'm tired of it. It's actually kind of frustrating.
Okay. So,
Some open easier than others.
what we have. No.
I know there's a flap.
Yeah.
It melded. So in this kit, we get one round. You can barely see it, so I'll have to lean. Oh, it's like transparent with the light hitting it. No, it's punched out already, like a laser cut wooden round that we're gonna cross stitch on. We receive our chain, and it's a very cheap chain, but you could easily replace it with a nicer chain. It's a ball chain.
And it also contains a jump ring.
There's a
because there's a
needle
big
and a jump
hole,
ring, yeah.
right, to put a jump ring, and then there's a needle in there also. So
really, it is everything you
and
need.
then you have the two.
You have some scissors?
I will in a second.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to
two
get up and
colors
get
of
up.
thread. You have black and you have white.
And then you
And-
have the instructions, which is a hefty little instruction packet.
It is. Actually, it is.
So they explain how to thread the needle, which is important because not everybody knows how to do this. They talk about working order, and they explain that each cross stitch is shown on the chart by a symbol, and then you find it in your key. What are you talking about? Find it in your key.
What? What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. Find it
Where
in
do you
your
say
key.
that?
Is this the key?
No.
No, the
Where
key
do you
might
see?
be on in the middle. Is it folded?
Yeah.
No,
it's
no,
on
this
the
is
back.
it. Yeah, it's
Oh.
just on thicker
Where's the
paper.
key?
What's it say about a key?
This would
The
be
key.
the key, the chart, I guess.
And also,
And then this is the,
the
key.
colors.
The colors
Which-
are back here.
We're just dealing with black and white, so they literally could
Right.
have just done circles and X's, but they did stars and
Squares.
which is fine.
Well, also because using the stars are black, it
Yeah.
also gives you an idea of the
What it's
pattern.
gonna look like.
Yeah.
Well, you also want to hold on to this
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because it
'Cause
actually
that's also what it's going to look
Yeah.
like. So if it doesn't look like that while you're doing it,
you done goof.
so you gotta go back and
And then they also
Undo it.
explain how to finish it, i.e. adding on the jump ring. And it comes in 3 different languages. So if you speak French and Spanish, you're in luck here.
so we are gonna need a ruler.
To measure out the thread.
Right, because it says cut an 18-inch piece of thread from the holder,
Mm-hmm.
as you need it. Separate each piece of thread into 6 single strands before using it.
Oh, they're using single strands and not
Put
double?
the number of strands you need for stitching back together. I don't know how many strands you need. How many you used to do kind of cross
You
stitch?
usually use two
It says
strands.
3 right here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it
okay.
says 3. All right,
All right.
absolutely. Right there in the key. So if it comes with 6 strands, you cut an 18-inch piece of thread.
Ruler,
Then that
scissors,
should give you
pliers.
2
Yeah.
regular strands. So we need a
Ruler,
ruler, and we need
scissors,
a scissors.
plier. And I'm moving it in because
flat-nose
y'all are
plier.
going to end up seeing what we're working on. Hey, Bo. Okay, I got the pliers. So we've got
Flat nose pliers.
What do we need pliers for?
The
To
jump
close the
ring.
jump ring.
Oh, okay.
But these are not flat nose.
that's what I got.
I
Well,
should have borrowed
pliers.
Devin's.
Pliers are pliers. We ought to be able to use that.
Now I have this ring.
Yeah, that's the jump ring.
No. I have a ring that goes on your finger that's
Oh.
got these slots in it that help you open and close jump rings.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's nice.
I could have brought that had I.
Oh, we could use the pliers.
Yeah, because this jump ring is kind of closed.
Yeah.
So we need to open it to thread it through the big hole
Mm-hmm.
in the center of the top.
Scissors are like the number one thing. I could have 30 pairs of them.
Huh.
Never know where any of them are.
I guess
Sometimes
we'll
they
have
end
to
up in the kitchen.
Buy them with our teeth.
Sometimes they end up in the bathroom. Sometimes they end up on the moon.
You have nail clippers?
I'll find something. It's not really the end of the world. I'm more annoyed at myself because it's like, how can somebody have so many pairs of scissors and not know where they are?
Good question. She's got everything else up there. Everything else,
And then
and
some.
everything else that's not over there.
I usually try to keep all the craft stuff in here. And there are scissors in
Yeah,
here
you need that
somewhere.
like a can to
Probably.
put in
Oh,
stuff.
y'all don't even know when I have room, I'm gonna get one of those carts from Michael's.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm gonna
That
have one for my class and one for the craft
Yeah.
stuff, and it's gonna be all the commonly used
Yes.
craft essentials. Okay, so here's the ruler.
So
What
we're
are we
gonna
doing?
need- We're gonna
first?
take a strand, whichever strand. Each cross stitch is shown in the chart. Once you've located a symbol in the chart, find it in your key. The key identifies the color. Starting at the top of the design, complete the cross stitches. Our thread colors are manufactured especially for us. If you need more thread, contact us with the code number listing.
And they do
listed in
have
the
it.
key. Okay,
You
so
could
I mean,
probably find that
I
color.
don't think
This is dimensions.
come up at A. And go down to B, up at C. Okay, it tells you how to. So it doesn't really tell you which color
To start
to start with. So I guess it's whatever color. Since they're starting at the
Okay.
top, I'm kind
Black
of
is
thinking
kinda what I'm thinking.
maybe it would be.
But the way black is wrapped, it's underneath the white. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know if this is the bottom or the top.
Well, the thing is, there's black here, and I assume this is the top because it's got the hole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's black at the bottom
But you
and
see,
at the
this
top.
does not have the big. It's like all.
Yeah, I
this.
know. I don't know.
So which did you decide to start with?
And we're cutting 18 inches.
18 inches.
This is about 18 inches.
That's a foot and a half.
Yeah.
Ooh, Becca.
It was
Fumble
such a good.
fingers.
It was such a good day. But
Fumble
seriously,
fingers,
driving
too.
for an hour just kind of like fries me.
So you become oblivious.
And
A
where
little
were
bit,
you?
yeah. I was driving to get y'all,
Oh. Oh, that's right. Duh.
which I don't mind doing. But I would have. I wish I hadn't hit go on the thing because it would have been nice to take like 3 minutes to just kind of.
On the camera? Yeah.
No, not on camera.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been take.
Go on the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it would have been nice to like go to the bathroom.
So this is a single thread that we're putting in?
No,
we're
3.
Oh, 3.
That's what the thing
Yeah.
key says on the
Okay.
back of the
I miss seeing
directions.
that. Oh, yeah, 3. Okay. Duh. I thought that was going to be kind of light. I was going to suggest 2, because usually kits that tell you to use 2 threads, but 3 sounds better. It ought to really show up.
And you could just split it in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, because that'll tangle. I see why they said 1 at a time.
They said 1 at a time?
They did, but, you know, I don't listen. You know that. And the needle it's not actually as big as an embroidery needle. It's weird. It's like a short embroidery needle. I've never seen that. It makes sense because you're doing this wood stuff, but it's like a little sewing needle, except it's got a bigger hole on it.
What you really ought to do is untwist it.
So you know what's funny? I don't want to jinx it, but a month from now, we might actually be recording in a different place.
She's gonna jinx it.
I hope. Well, it doesn't.
Can't talk about it
It doesn't matter
until there's something to talk about.
which one, but
You think for sure there'll be someplace.
I'm hoping for sure there'll be someplace.
See, a needle threader would be really handy.
Yes, it
I
would.
don't have one. I'm sorry. They tend to break on me, so I just chuck them.
So basically you have to lick your threads.
And then pinch them between
Yeah.
your nails. Okay. 18 inches. I think I understand why. Like they don't want to get in all.
They don't
Is that
want it
the guy-
tangling.
Yeah. Is that the guy cutting the lawn, or is that somebody on
Sounds
the
like a
TV?
lawn.
What's over there?
Yeah. So he's gonna end up cutting behind here too.
Okay.
It's always exciting. Hold an inch of thread behind the pendant and secure it by working your first several stitches over it.
Well, good for you.
No, I'm reading.
Because I still having
You want
trouble.
me to do it? I'll do it.
I'm,
You're starting with white?
yeah.
Okay.
The black is the black stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be easier. Well, I hate to.
I don't know about easier, but
I'm going to stick with black.
sure. Here, let me do it. I could maybe do
Yeah.
it. It took me a while. All right, where's your needle? Thank you. Yeah, they kind of start to unravel because each strand is really 2 strings.
That's smart to put it into double, Dee Dee.
I'm trying.
didn't
I don't know
think.
if it's going to work.
I didn't think about doing that, but that's a smart thing to do.
It won't make any difference.
Yeah.
This is rough because all 3 of us have sewn, and 2 of us have done
Definitely need a needle
counted
threader.
cross stitch at some point. So
I
it's
haven't.
no 2 of us. I have.
Yeah, but I haven't.
So it's rough that we're struggling.
Well, I usually use a bigger eye needle.
Yeah, these are interesting. Well, I understand why they're so small because you're working with this like wooden blank, and they don't want to have these big
Yeah.
gaping holes.
Yeah.
I got this one.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay,
Thank
here.
you, Becca.
Next time, bring a needle threader.
Well, we've got like 1 billion embroidery and applique kits to get through, so maybe so.
Well, maybe one of them has a needle threader in it.
Maybe, but I didn't see any.
No.
But it could have just like fallen behind some of the paperwork or something.
Yeah.
So while she's doing that, I am going to look at how to start this. And it also says thread your needle and leave a 3-inch tail on one side.
Ow. Just put all my germs on these things.
That's okay, I like both ends.
Now my circle is different from
How's that?
It shouldn't be.
because it has 3 at the top here
Oh.
instead of
Oh, mine too.
What?
What?
Yes, mine has 3 at the
Why?
top also.
Dimensions. It
So that
shows
means
3.
you're going to have to.
Oh, okay. Look.
What?
If you look at the picture, it makes some sense. Okay, so for every X you make, you need 4 dots, right?
What?
So this is enough room to do 2 dots. I'm gonna have to do it to show you guys what because you're making an X.
Yeah.
like that and like that. So it's really 2 X's across.
Okay,
Even though
all
it's
right, all
3
right,
dots.
all right. So it's not
But
spaces.
I'm starting with white, and white shows a single hole under the hole, and this has 2 holes under the
Right.
hole.
Well, it'd
So
be
which
easier
hole
to
do I-
start with black because we can.
Yeah.
I'll rethread it if you want.
Well, the,
Okay, so how do you start?
okay.
Hold an inch of thread behind the
Mhm.
pendant.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me get started at
And
least.
secure it by working your first several stitches of, okay.
An inch. Huh?
Come up at A.
Where is A?
It's the second.
Does it say?
Yeah, I don't
Do you
know.
see?
Yeah, I see A over there. But they don't have as many. It's
Oh,
the second one.
This is confusing. Come up at A.
Second one. It's the second one
I've done
on row
this
2.
before. I promise. I was
The
like
second
10.
one on
I
row
was
2.
smarter at 10 than I am now.
The second one at row 2.
So we're
And
coming
cross
up at
over
A.
to the second
and
one
A is
at
the.
row 1.
The problem is you probably didn't use instructions before, you just jumped in.
No, I had a kit.
Really?
Somebody bought me a kit. And it
Because
was
I
a
just jumped
pretty
in and
good kit.
I didn't follow
And these holes are
instructions.
so close together. Like this.
Okay.
The second one on row 2 going up into the second one, but that can't be right. This is not going to look like an X.
Oh, interesting. Why are you trying to go into the hole?
Hmm.
That's a different problem, I think.
Oh, things just got complicated, huh?
No,
Well,
I
my-
think I got it. I think
My
I figured
thread
it
is
out.
wrapped under the white.
Yeah, I had to undo all the white to get to the black.
You know, I don't think this is going to come out right.
Well, we could just do it whatever way we
Because,
want.
because I'm looking at this, and this is not the second hole, it's the third hole.
I'll show you mine in a
on
second
here.
if it makes sense.
If I look at these, it's the third hole in the second row going into the second hole on the
I think
first
they
row.
mispunched it. 'Cause there's maybe not. Maybe I'm just
Like this,
crazy.
No, you may be right.
like that.
Yeah, I
The
think they
third, the
mispunched
third
it.
hole, you have to go in the third hole
Yeah, that's what I did.
up
Look.
into the second.
No, you do 2 over like that, and then like that, and 3 over, and I guess 4 over. But then you have this hole at the other end. I don't know. Y'all help! Help! Save me,
And you
Obi-Wan
come
Kenobi.
down.
I don't know how to do this. Did I? How? What? What?
Yeah, like that. We don't take shreds.
Mine doesn't look right. Okay, pick out the stitches.
Don't you do all the line
Start
first,
again.
all the row
Mhm.
first?
I guess. I thought. I don't know. Man, I used to do it all funky, and it looked great on one side and looked like
Because
on
Becca
the
did,
other.
did it the way she wanted
Well, the
to.
instructions weren't great about explaining how to start and end it, and I'm noticing a trend.
Okay, one more over. Okay. One. Uh-oh.
I can't complain about this kit because they are probably assuming you know how to do this. Now, whether that's a fair assumption or not, they're probably assuming that.
And then after you finish a row, you go back and do
And
the
you-
other axis?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, for the first row, they want you to run your needle behind it. Mine still
I'm just
doesn't
gonna
look
do
right,
what I
but
want here.
yeah, really. This is not a tutorial on how to do counted cross stitch. And then what? I go back under and I do my X's coming from the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's the way you should do it on fabric too, but I always did the X's and it would come
Me
out
too,
kind
yeah.
of catawampus, so I'd have to stretch it.
Yeah, well, you should
To,
probably stretch it first, anyway. Right? To hold it tight so that there's
No,
thread
because
in
you have
front.
to, the Ada cloth she used Ada cloth and you have to stretch it, right?
Well, you have to stretch it to get it straight before you frame it.
Yeah, what I
Yeah.
used to do is I would
And-
do it on the frames.
Yeah, well, you do it on the frame, but then you stretch the material.
Oh, I just
To
left
get
it
it-
on the frames.
Ah.
Because I did them as ornaments.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to do
And
some.
that was a story
You know,
until
I was
itself.
telling-
Okay, I did my
I was
first
telling
row.
Joseph I'm going to make him some
See?
Legend of Zelda ones after we MOVE. I don't want to jinx it. I've talked about it in my vlogs, but I don't want to like. So how do you move on to the next row, friends?
Okay, this is, I'm just gonna bring it back over here to the
like
beginning.
it looks all neat and tidy so far.
Uh-huh, and I'm gonna go to
You're
the,
going. Oh, I'm on the
to
opposite
the
end.
fourth row.
Will you thread this
Yeah.
for me?
Is it 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta check because they kind of unravel and then it's like 6 again.
Fourth row. And then here. And then.
We could wax it maybe, and it might be easier.
Probably
Let's
so.
Get a needle threader.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got
so
it.
much.
Okay.
Now I've seen, if you get serious about it, I've seen the top, the needles that open from the top, and you just
Yeah,
the
it's like a
thread through.
hook.
yeah.
I've seen those. Man, those would be nasty to get into you.
Oh yeah.
You know, to step in it. Good luck. That's we gonna be making that noise a lot. I feel like
Yeah.
both of us just like.
And then
So what about all the skippy? Are you just
You
going
just skip
down?
it. You just skip it.
I
Just
should,
going
I
across.
should care less. I think is what
You do a
I
line.
think I'm
and just-
overthinking
You do a
it.
line, and then you go down to the next line,
Do you make the X's
and then
when
go-
you go?
See, look, I'm just going across.
Right. So you're just doing X's all the way across, or are you doing the?
Okay, that's not gonna work.
I'm gonna do it the supposedly right way. Oh, this is hard to see with the dots. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to
Yeah.
be complaining so much. I'm
Well,
just
you're
kinda-
finding out the flaws.
I am. Well, it's not necessarily a flaw.
It's not with the-
this.
Yeah.
It's a flaw with me understanding it because I don't do this often enough.
this
for
is what I
to
did
make a lot of
next.
sense.
I went
Yeah.
down to the next row,
Oh,
and
you
I'm
did
just
the
doing
other.
across.
How are you counting? How are you figuring out one?
I'm just following this.
2.
Look,
Yeah, I know.
I'm just putting it where it belongs. So
I'd be
I'm gonna
better
have
off
a
with a
problem later
highlighter.
on. Well, like when you're really doing counter cross stitch, you probably have a ruler with a magnifier that keeps you on the right
You
row.
could.
That-
That's a good
that-
And
idea.
it's usually like a
ADHD girl would need
magnetic-
that. Yeah.
It's
I
attached
need-
to a magnetic thing,
Yeah.
so it doesn't
So you don't lose
slide.
your place. Give me
Right.
1 sec.
That's a good idea. I need to get one of those.
Would you mind? Oh, you did already.
Yeah, but I need to get your laptop because I sent it to Twitter.
Oh, that's fine. I sent it to Twitter already from my phone. So tell you it's
Okay. When should I put in the, I just put in the song that we should put in the TV.
Let me ask Mom that. Hey,
What?
for seafood gumbo, and you're dealing with cooked crab, when do you put that in? Because you're just warming it up, right?
Yeah, 'cause
Or do
it's
you
already
want all that
cooked.
flavor? So at the end?
You know, I wouldn't put it right at the end because you want your
5 minutes
your,
to warm it through?
Yeah.
10
I
minutes?
guess I never made seafood gumbo.
Okay.
Ask your
Yeah,
dad.
you just want to warm it up.
I think it's not there for sausage.
No, it could cook forever. It's been smoked anyway.
Yeah, and I burned it over. But the seafood.
Uh
Yeah.
oh, I screwed up.
Do y'all need a highlighter or a pen or something?
I
to help you
screwed
keep track?
up.
I'm grabbing a
I
pen.
definitely screwed up.
How bad? Oh, you miscounted.
I screwed
That's
up.
my concern with these weird dots.
Okay,
I'm just gonna make
X.
X's. I'm just gonna make everybody who does real counted cross stitch scream.
I've got to go back and undo it.
Sorry, guys.
Do this row over again.
You'll forgive me. Yeah. This is a
I need to go over
Weird
one.
one. yeah to make the X. Like over here?
I need to start on the second one. Hold on.
Give me this.
I have to completely undo this.
I'm not blaming you. I'm looking. How do you? It is. You do want to work from both the key and the photo, though. I think because it doesn't really make 100% sense with just one. But it's gonna look neat. And they have all these cute kits online that you can do like your own pendant designs. And I think
Yes.
that's kind of where I want to get to.
You got to start simple though. You got to start because
And that's 3. So
The problem I'm having is I can't tell whether I've done a stitch, the first half of the stitch, or not. Because looking at it, I can't tell. But then
'Cause
I'm
of the-
using black.
yeah,
We
and
are-
it's
we
on
are
top
too.
of the
it's so dark. Is that the
See,
problem?
I'm gonna have to cut this.
Yeah, I don't know if I did this. Oh, I know what I did.
All right.
Okay.
If you were somebody already, I will say this: if you're somebody with patience issues and a learning disability, there are going to be crafts that are more fun than this for you. Now, I'm being serious. Like I grew up doing this, so this isn't bothering me.
Yes.
But I could see because it's confusing, it's hard to read, and part of that is the learning disability at play, and part of it is I'm not great with maps, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like if like perler beads,
Like
you could
Devin
do-
be real good at this.
Maybe
Devin.
with Legos and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just always taking me a little longer, so I have to be patient with myself.
So let's see.
1, 2, 3.
Um,
It's gonna look like a mess on the back, but it's okay.
It's not. It's not.
No
about
one's
the
looking
back.
at the back.
That's right.
It's not about the back.
If I just do this successfully on the front, I'll be proud of myself.
Okay. It is hard to undo because.
So if you want to count your spaces, don't count the centers, like the in between the spaces as 1, 2, 3, etc. Because for each square, because I was trying to count the 4 sets of dots, but because those are shared dots, you'll get all
so
screwed
I
up.
need to go on the second one.
Oh, let's go here.
I'm there too.
Let's go here.
Do that.
The
Let's
self-narrating.
go here. Okay, now you got it. Pardon me if I
Nope,
talk to
nope.
myself.
Nope, I get it. There's many times I've done that.
And then what?
And then I just removed the audio from my video and re-narrate it. I'm sure lots
And
of people
the
do.
lips don't match.
1,
The lips don't match the words.
3. So that's
Right there.
that one at the end. See, I'm doing it, and that's okay because sometimes you need to hear it for your brain to kind of register it.
I do better when I read out loud.
It's called like sub-vocalization,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Because it for some people,
I do better understanding if I read it out loud.
the
me
auditory
too.
element helps you process
Whether
it.
I'm reading a book that I like or reading directions. I mean, I often do this when I'm sewing.
I used to read to one of our cats.
Okay, so now I should be able to go back. I am awfully hot.
Is
it
you want me to?
Is it the
No,
frustration?
no. It's
Or
this
the heater's
room.
still
No,
on?
the heater's not on. This room gets hot because it gets a lot of sun all day,
Yeah.
and Joseph's cooking. So the kitchen plus the window. I'll turn
And
the
the
fan
long
on.
sleeves.
And the
too.
long sleeves, and then also working on something that's a little frustrating. You're burning more energy, probably just trying to keep your cool. Pull that back. Yeah, the cooking does make this.
Okay,
place hotter.
I fixed it.
You did it.
Mm-hmm. And there. Okay.
That's better.
I wish
So,
I could open the
there's
window.
my
'cause
second
it's-
row.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Oh, you're showing on your third row.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to cut some
Okay.
more in a minute.
Third row, I go one square over even further. So you see, when I do filet crochet,
Yeah,
I have
Which
to,
is very
I have to work
similar.
with a grid like this.
and then the AC kicked.
Yeah.
I have to work with a grid like
Yeah.
this. So it's about counting.
Yeah. I'm gonna use. I don't wanna totally
Except
distract
if I
myself,
do this.
so I'm gonna use glue to mark the black rows I've already done, because I'll get lost.
That's easy
yeah,
to do.
you have to And in filet crochet, I think they usually have them numbered.
They do,
The
yeah.
rows have them numbered. Are numbered.
What am I doing? I'm supposed to skip one. What's nice about this is if you make a mistake,
Still
it's
not
real
gonna do
easy
that.
to get the needle back through and clean up your
Yeah.
mistake.
I'm not going to do it, so I need to go over one more.
My back is gonna look bad. I don't care.
So go
Backs
through.
usually do look bad.
And
Somebody
then-
years ago, when I was doing counter cross stitch as a girl, like I was so proud of the front and the back looked atrocious.
Yeah.
And I showed it to someone, and immediately they flipped it over and was like, "You're garbage at this. The back looks like trash." And I always internalized that, which is sad because like it doesn't matter if you frame it, no one's gonna
That's
see
right.
that. And I'm not selling it, so it's not like I have to like ensure quality.
Okay.
And this wasn't like I was in a class and the teacher was critiquing
Oh,
my
no,
ability.
You get an F because
It was just another
your
person.
back is messy. 3. Okay, skip 1.
Joseph would be good at this. I don't know that he would enjoy it, but he'd be good at it.
There's
That's cute.
things that teach programming that are CrossStitch.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
really? That's neat.
I mean, it's very basic stuff,
Skip one. Well, sometimes just understanding the basics of something
Yes.
gives you a handle
How
on
it
it.
works. Okay. So then I do what?
Can you imagine if we were doing multiple colors? I would prefer to have the design printed on the wood for that.
Yeah.
Some of the kits I have, it's the designs printed on
Yeah.
the fabric. Because they're supposed to be for applique, which I've never done a good job with. So I'm looking forward to learning how to do it.
Well, that's what you have sewing machines for.
Well, sure,
And-
but those are
and-
very expensive
That's not
sewing
gonna come
machines.
out,
Yeah.
What did I do?
That is not going to come
Oh,
out.
I'm on my next 3, okay.
Okay. That's not going to come out.
I have a friend who has one because she makes like
Yeah.
patches and appliques that
Yeah.
she sells for people's jackets.
Oh, that's nice.
It's cool, yeah, it's really cool. But it was like $1,000 machine. I mean, she this is her business, so
Yeah.
It's an embroidery machine.
it is, yeah. It does some other things too, but she
It's got all the
mostly-
bells and whistles. It's got a lot of computer in
I
it.
don't know if it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
quilting one with the big arm, but I kind of don't.
I'm not
think
talking about
so.
the quilting one.
Well, they make that too because I know someone else who was looking at that.
1.
Gotta add some more. I'm gonna run out of black thread before I even get to. No, I'm not. This is mine, right? And that's Aunt Paula's. Okay. all right.
Yeah, this is my black.
Yeah,
thread.
okay, I was like, I didn't want to like
And this is mine right here.
poach your thread.
Hold your thread.
Now, if I were to do this with my designs, I would go in with colored pencil and X what I want
Yes.
each color to. I'd make a graph and then I
That
would
is a good
transfer
idea.
Because this would be so much faster if I had done that with this.
Well, in
Transfer
counted
my-
cross stitch, it is in color, isn't it?
No,
It's not.
Not on the
sometimes
fabric?
it's black and white.
Oh boy. For someone who has trouble reading maps, that would be very tedious, very slow.
Okay, 3. And I don't think that's right.
1.
Okay, skip 1.
Okay, Paul, let's get this in here.
Oh.
There you go.
This is going to be like a whole new category of ASMR, the quilting circle. It's just people sewing and sub-vocalizing as they're sewing. That would be I could go to sleep to that. That would be very
1,
relaxing.
2, 3.
Just don't say that's true over
This
and
is
over.
not going to work. What does your third row look like?
I'll show you in a minute.
Your
I'm
fourth
almost
row.
done. This is my 3rd row. I'm going to move the camera too so y'all can see because I know y'all can't. And I had to rethread.
Okay, and then you did what? Okay, you went over. Okay. No? Yeah.
Because keep in mind with some of these skips, it's going to be white. Is what I have to keep
that's the
reminding
problem I'm
myself.
having with.
Yeah, keep reserving it.
Uh-oh, just lost my needle.
Oh no.
Here it is.
And y'all didn't think sewing was exciting. Not y'all.
It's not.
it's
This is not
reward just
sewing.
because I know, but it's in the family of sewing. Just because it's not like as exciting as say resin's
No,
gonna
it's
be.
in the family of needlework.
But to me, needlework is like in the family of sewing because it's stitching. Okay, so this is the blank that we have. I'm starting with black. This is the map that well, y'all can't see it. Let me show you. I'm kind of having trouble because I always have trouble reading maps, so I have to just take it slower, and that's okay. You know, you move at the speed you move. But I'm also cross-referencing it with the illustration, and that's helping a lot. But what I wish, if I was just doing this for me, I would have gone in with a little black ballpoint pen and marked all my X's on this first, so that I wouldn't be so reliant on cross-checking the map.
Okay. Needle threader.
All right, I'll get them before we do that. I would like to do resin next week, maybe. And resin's probably going to be a two-parter because Kenneth's friend Rose wants to do resin. So I figured I would, but her work schedule's kind of weird. So I figured I would do resin with you guys on Monday and then revisit it with her when she's not working.
Are we gonna need gloves for that?
You might want them.
Yeah, it's not so
Just disposable gloves?
Yeah,
are
probably
good?
disposable, like not the nitrile gloves.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you get this, and we might do it on the back porch, weather permitting. There are people who do
We
it inside
shouldn't be
all
getting
the
it
time.
on their hands
Yeah.
No, there's not really because I have molds.
because you're pouring.
Yeah, but I mean,
But you could touch it if it's dripped on the outside. Becca, I cannot for the life of me get this
that's
through.
okay. Here,
Honestly, I have needle threaders for crochet. I have needle threaders
well then
for
bring
all
them next
kinds
time.
of things.
So keep in mind if you're doing this craft at home, a needle threader. I think the only reason I'm able to do it is because I have magic. Is why. I don't know. Because sometimes, man, when I was a kid and doing this, I'd get so frustrated trying to thread the needles, and I'd break needle threaders because some
Well,
of
they
them
do
are
have a
not
little
made
wide.
very well.
Yeah, but they're not made for heavy
I
duty.
only ever used the free ones that came in the emergency sewing kits.
Like the little hook, or the one
Yeah.
that's got the wire loop.
The one that's
like
got the
that.
fake penny.
The fake.
You know
oh,
what it
okay,
is.
yeah, it's got the wire loop. Is what it's got.
and those
You
are
stick
made
it through
like
the hole.
hot garbage
Well, but they do work.
until you break it. Oh, you're not wrong. I need real scissors. That's the problem. we're using
And a
using
needle
kitchen
threader.
shears, and it's just shredding the thread. Which I'm sure y'all will not use kitchen shears because y'all are more
Smarter.
organized than I am, and you keep your scissors in your craft room, and they never travel.
And they're very sharp.
And they're very sharp, and you only ever use your fabric scissors for fabric and never for paper.
Never.
Okay.
Never, because that's wrong. I bought a pair of fabric scissors and they were kind of poopy. Like I got them from Michael's and they weren't very sharp.
Well,
and I
those
was
ones that
kind of
we bought
mad.
to make masks.
Those were good.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like a different pair I bought, and now I use them for paper, and now I have no fabric scissors again.
That's all right. I had a good pair of pinking shears that I used to cut paper shapes
Oh,
for
never.
kindergarten.
No, I can't believe you.
Because
No.
I wanted the different.
I know. I get that, but good pinky, because bad pinking shears will
They were
just
fiskars,
shred
yeah.
the fabric.
And then how do you sharpen them after?
Supposedly
Well, you don't
tin
use
foil.
them.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh snap! That is a Mylar balloon hitting up. Give me a second, y'all.
Ooh, sorry, Beck.
Becca's happy birthday, baby.
That's right. Well, they haven't died yet.
Let me move my seat over so.
Scoot in a little. There we go. Stay. At least in the hall.
See, my back's gonna look worse than yours because it's all gonna be just pieces.
Yeah, but we're not looking at the back.
Okay.
We're I goofed anyway, so I gotta go back and fix it. Good. No!
Right.
Joseph, can you find me a good pair of scissors?
what?
Please. Hurry. I goofed it bad. I can't make any. I tried to fix a goof and I made it worse. And now I'm very sad because here I was thinking I was so smart and had it figured out, and look at me, and like Icarus, I burnt myself.
Oh, darn.
Not really. I meant like.
What
maybe.
about these?
Yeah, those will work. Can't believe I didn't see those.
Where'd you find them?
Right there.
Now find a needle.
Right next to where the balloons were.
Now find a needle threader.
That might be more difficult.
I know where some sewing needles are. There might be a needle threader in
There might
kit.
be. There might
Oh, you know what? In little sewing kits, they often have.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've gotten
That's
all of
right.
mine.
Oh, good
In charge of
thinking.
finding out if it's a needle threader.
I forgot about
Joseph's
that.
gunning for a favorite child, which isn't hard, probably.
What do you mean he's dying for?
I said he's gunning for
Oh.
to be favorite child, which you know what the competition is, me and my brother. It's not hard.
I know.
My wife can make this worse. I made it worse. Oh, only I can make this so exciting by goofing so much. Oh, I need better glasses. I need
We're all blind.
like
So, needless to say,
Yes, I need
black
glasses.
thread
3.
and on black, and I can't
Space.
see anything.
That's the needle pair.
Yeah, that would be it. It would, if I have one, it
that
would be in here.
here.
Because I need something to pick these stitches out.
Well, it wouldn't be a needle threader. that's
No,
for
it
sure.
would be probably another needle.
Because they always have a needle threader in these.
Unless I broke it and thus removed it.
This
Ow.
is yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, not likely to have a needle threader.
And we were just at Dollar Tree not long ago, and
I know.
there was a needle, a
I know.
pack of
I know.
a sewing kit right there to
Right,
check
and
out.
they all have needle threaders.
On the plus side, Joseph's gumbo is going really good.
Yes.
Skip one.
So
Okay.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how frustrating this is when it seems so straightforward.
Mm. I cannot get this through.
Give me a second. Let me finish picking my mistake,
right.
and I'll do it.
2.
Queen Miss Needle
Okay,
Threader here.
That's right.
Miss No Needle Threader here. Okay.
1,
Yeah, this is gonna look terrible
And then
on the
3.
back. That's okay. All right.
I think
May I
I'm going
see
to
it?
start with a fresh.
Yes.
I shouldn't do that because I need a needle threader for it.
So I guess we're not going to be doing counted cross stitch bookmarks anytime soon on stream because that
I think it would be easier. What's hard
Yes.
is you got
Maybe.
these black holes in this
black
thread.
thread. You know they had these little British flag ones, and I didn't want to do it because I just am not
But
an
they had the
Anglophile.
other colors.
Oh, thank
The
you
other
very much,
colors
Becca.
would have been better though. Like the blue and red would be a lot easier than this.
Okay.
All right.
And it wouldn't matter if I could actually see it. I still can't get it through the hole.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 1.
This isn't 3. This is 4. No, it's 3. They
It's
just
3,
frayed. They just
Becca.
frayed. I'm sorry. I feel like if you are young and have much patience,
Thank you.
this is good. This is probably good. I don't know.
Ah,
I'm just being salty.
it's screwed up.
It came undone already?
No,
You knew it was
it's
small.
What?
I said you knew it was small.
It's not the small.
no, it's not.
It's the black and white, honestly.
and also the needle threader.
Yeah, it is also the fact that
It's like those little frustrations.
yeah, when it comes to doing crafts with other people, like it's not your craft. You know what I mean? Like you're a family member and you're like, we're gonna do this today, in the Mickey Mouse voice. You want to go for something that's as low frustration as possible because you risk poisoning the other person on the craft because it's, you know, a frustrating version of the craft. This kit is well put together. I just aim too high with the colors.
Like we probably should have started on plastic canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe got used to it.
2.
I mean, this wasn't sold in the kids' crafts, so I can't blame them for the difficulty.
And then what?
Okay.
After I
2,
do 3,
1,
skip
2,
1,
1.
do 1. Skip 1.
Something that would make this easier for crafters of all ages, though, is if they just mark dots where the black goes
Okay.
on the blank.
All right, I think I got this right so far. 1.
It's gonna be so easy going in with the white. Like no joke, it will be an entire order of magnitude easier because we're just filling in what's left. And the British one was 3 colors. It was white, red, and blue. So that the colors make it easier, but also you've got more spaces to think about. And we're apparently all a little spatially challenged.
Well, it's very confusing to the eyes.
It starts getting a little optical illusion-y too.
Mm.
Okay, that's another row.
2.
And I'm just doing, like, the back looks like a mess. That's okay. I'm just doing like zigzags, like row, then like a typewriter, you know.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You can't, especially with your foundation colors.
You were with me when I picked this out, Mom. So this
Yeah,
was
and I
not,
said, oh, this is gonna be so cool.
We both thought it was like it is. It is
cool.
cool. We might not be cool enough for it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What?
I skipped something somewhere.
Oh gee. It's a beautiful design. Too bad it's
It should have
complicated.
been right there. Oh, how many in the middle? Oh, it's 1 in the middle. 3.
You can do what I did and just cut till you're back
never
where you
mind.
need to be.
It's right there. I should have a stitch right there.
There is going to be a stitch right
That's
there.
1,
That's going to be
2.
white. Anywhere you see the white circle, like the white. The
yeah.
blank.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So many scissors in the house, but they're never. That's what I was saying. I'm like, I have 5 pairs of scissors. But what I want after we move is I want to get a craft cart. And I'm going to have tape, scissors, Elmer's glue, wood glue, like all the common crafts, thread, needle threaders in that cart. And we'll just wheel it over and it never leaves that. I will zip tie it to that cart because I will poach it.
Sound like a teacher.
I have much respect for that line of thought.
What's this line?
I mean, I did come from a family of teachers.
I need to have this magnified.
1, 2, 3.
We need a magnifier.
That would
glass.
help.
1.
Well, they make those.
I know. They make
Reading
some.
ones.
They make some that you can wear around your neck.
Yeah, or the
Yeah.
glasses ones.
Yeah.
Not at y'all. Okay, I need to skip 3. 1,
1.
2, 3. I had to mark it. That's fine with me.
2. Skip 1. Yeah, that's right. Skip 1. skip one. That's right.
Oh, I gotta split it. It's like trying to thread the needle with like all 6 strands.
Is the
Okay.
template that you're using going to be incorporated into the
Skip
necklace?
one.
What do you
yes.
I mean, you have like a piece of wood.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be a necklace. When you said the template, I thought you meant the piece of paper.
Yeah, I did
And I was
too.
like,
No, not the diagram.
yeah, it's supposed to be a pendant. I thought it was a cool idea. I've seen the blanks on like Amazon and stuff, and they look neat. I'm sure they are neat.
One, uh-oh. Back the way you came.
We've spent 51 minutes doing this.
What? The stream is, right?
It is. No, it didn't feel like it because I've made
One.
very minimal progress. I'm spending a very long time
Ooh.
threading needles.
Because we can't see them.
I can see it. I can't get it to go through.
Skip, skip, skip. Skip.
Okay, we cannot do a sewing craft next week. It's fine every now and then. Unless it's like drastically different kind of
Do you
sewing.
have, are you going to do something on paint by sticker?
I hadn't planned on it, but we could.
Have your fingers healed from the egg blowing?
What do you mean? I only stabbed myself once, but I stabbed myself real good.
Hmm.
I heard you scream a lot, so.
Well, it's because it starts to crack the egg if you're using cheap eggs. So
So she screams for
So I
all
was
reasons.
screaming because it's like you've already blown all the egg out, but then you ruin the egg
Mhm.
trying to get the hole a little bit bigger. But what I was thinking about doing is they have those diamond painting kits where you use like rhinestones
Yeah.
to do an image. I've been kind of pricing.
And they do have like the very simple ones.
They do, yeah.
Where you can make like
Bracelets,
a key
like
fob.
little bracelets,
Yeah,
yeah. So I've been looking at those, which is kind of the same.
Uh-oh, long hole.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
To somebody, it probably is.
It is to some.
It
I'm sure.
can be.
Yeah,
You can get in the zone once you have your
Rhythm
where
going.
Yeah. So once we get the black finished, we'll be
Not necessarily.
more in the zone.
You have to be able to see the white.
Oh dear. Somebody's trying to call me. Well, no one's watching the stream, but I'm still going to decline it. It wasn't. I know Sue's number. It's not Sue. What am I doing? I do not know. Where am I going? Don't know that either. I think I messed up. I need to be in like a remedial crafting class apparently, because this is a challenge for me.
You guys are making the same design?
Yes. I'm not. That is
and they're
not.
all going to come out looking different.
Yeah, and none of them are going to look like that.
That's right.
Mhm.
Okay, so what line am I on?
You know, there's some crafts I do where if it doesn't look like the original, I'm just like I'm fine with it. You know, like I find a way to make it work. This is not one of them. I'm trying to make it look like the thing.
So I did the 2. So now I do
but I keep
This is,
messing
yeah,
up.
I could do this on filet crochet. I could follow this, but I can't.
It's
I
hard.
can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's so little. What did I do? I guess I gotta pick this out. Sorry, I know
Or you
it's
may
a
end
lot
up
of.
resort to cutting it out.
That's what I've already started doing. I know I'm
One,
complaining a bit.
skip.
Okay, almost got it. Come on, yeah. Yeah, you did it. Okay. Okay. Try it again.
One, skip.
I'll say though, these streams have been good because it's forcing me to try new things or things I haven't done in a long time.
Skip.
And-
three.
But it's not only is it good for brain elasticity. Okay, did this. I'm also gonna mark the black ones I've already done. But it's also good for your creativity.
And you can follow that?
I'm struggling. It's not that I can't see it. It's that it's just I have map
Okay, I
reading
see
problems.
what you're talking about. Okay. So to 2,
And then skip
1,
3.
skip 3,
1, 2.
1, skip 3, 2.
But if you even use a
skip
pen to mark it,
1,
it's a little easier to see what you're doing.
1.
They should have had like a difficulty level on this because I might have like saw like difficulty level 3 and been like, oh, we're not at a 3, we're at a 1.
Skip 1.
They only had 2
Skip,
kits
skip,
though.
skip.
You couldn't look at that design and tell that it was
The design does look difficult-ish, but it's black and white.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And the thing is, when you're someone who has no experience or limited experience, or you have loads of experience, but it's in an adjacent, like doing counted cross stitch on fabric or something, and it's the same but very different, you overestimate how adept you're gonna be.
Yes.
Because you're like, if you have no experience, you're like, well, I've never done this, so I don't know. And if you've done it in a similar field, it's like, well, I have all this experience.
It's still difficult.
Yeah, it is still difficult.
1, 2, 3. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Okay. Closed.
Compared to this, painting with stickers would be very relaxing. This is like a struggle.
Closed.
Oh no, what
I
happened?
lost my thread.
Oh no!
I think I got it through. No, I didn't.
3.
Okay, you know what?
Skip.
It's about time to start another thread. This is getting kind of short anyway.
Skip. So basically, my thoughts about this kit are it needs to include a needle
Definitely
threader.
not necessarily. Well, it could be for children.
Mm,
Children could be
12-year-old
quite
me
adaptable
could have
to
done
this.
this. She was smarter than adult me.
It's not about smart.
But
it's
she
about
was.
fearless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And willing to spend the time
Yeah.
to do it.
You would say, "Oh, I don't need to read
Four.
the directions. I can just do this."
And I probably could have done it.
Well, Becca, when you did those Christmas
True.
ornaments,
I just printed out pixel art and just transposed it. I
There
didn't
you go.
really.
there you
Yeah,
go.
I would do better with a graph than with this, with
Yeah.
the symbols.
Well, you can make the graph bigger. And besides, these holes are so close
They're
together.
very
Yeah.
small, yeah. 3. No, this was sold in the adult craft aisle. So it is probably for, let's say, ages 9 and up, which is fine. In fact, it probably has an age on here.
Not for
Not
old adults.
seeing it. But my suggestions for this kit, if you are dimensions and listening, is please include needle threaders in this kit, because that would make this a lot easier for many people. Also include a difficulty rating. That would also make this easier. And I don't know, because I didn't research it, I don't know if they have other kits in this line other than the British flag, but a variety of these would be cute. Like I would have done like a tulip or a flower, yeah.
Everything else white.
And a flower, yeah. I would have done that. That's what I would have picked up, because this is kind of complicated for never having done it. Did you split it? Okay. So those are my suggestions for this. It's not a bad kit. You make a neat thing that I would wear.
Yeah.
Here you go. That one was easy. The scissors help.
I mean the scissors.
Because
help.
we were shredding the thread with
I wasn't shredding it.
kitchen shears.
Okay. Skip one.
The wood blanks are really neat though, and it would be cool to see them, because they're laser cut wood blanks. It'd be
If you could get to the point where you're good enough at it.
It'd be cool to see them maybe offer bigger versions of this, like boxes or
Yes,
But
coasters
they
or
do.
wooden plaques.
I don't know where I've seen them.
I'm gonna run out of thread, I
Joann's
promise
or
you that.
Something like that. I don't know.
You don't think Hobby Lobby would have them?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Well,
If you get the starts of your X's done right, then it's easy
6.
to go back
And pick them out.
and finish making them. It's a lot faster.
Oh, you're doing
The
the
tricky thing.
diagonal method?
What do you mean a diagonal method? Is there any other kind?
Yeah, where you make it just the diagonals and then you go back and you do the crosses.
Yeah.
But I find that confusing.
Yeah, you lose count. I
That's
think.
my problem too.
Becca, does this house come with a refrigerator, or do you have to buy? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that looks like it could be right. It's balanced. In other words, one side looks
You
like
know
the
what?
other.
The thing about doing stuff and making mistakes is, as long as you can make it look like it's on purpose, if it's for you,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
So now I am on.
Yeah, it helps to mark it.
And that's what I do when I do filet. I mean, I think you would like filet crochet because it's basically the same stitch over and over and over again.
Well, you're using
Except you're doing them close
it's
together.
like
You're filling
negative
in
and
squares.
positive, right?
You're filling in squares or you're leaving them open.
Yeah.
You're filling in squares, you're leaving them open. Because it's double crochet,
Well,
and you could start with something big and then work to something small.
part of my
right?
problem with crafts is that I used to love making crafts. And Bowie ruined a lot of things I've made. He did when he was
That
on.
was in the
I know,
old
no, I
days.
know. I'm telling
That
them.
was in his. You don't understand.
Bowie
the
is
days.
on kitty cat anxiety meds, and he's a much nicer cat. He's a much chiller cat. But before he was on anxiety meds, he would just ruin my stuff.
Watching Lawnmower.
Now he spends his days
Looking out the
enjoying the window and wanting to go outside and begging for food and taking naps, which is really what cats are supposed, to do.
Yeah.
But he used to just like pace and yowl.
Well, I think part of the problem is he didn't know what he wanted.
Yeah, or he couldn't communicate.
He just knew he wanted something, but he didn't know what he wanted.
And part of that was also because
Imagine that as a child.
I would
A child having that.
travel for shows and be gone for a weekend, and I'd have somebody come in and feed him, but I was gone for work a lot. So you know, I definitely think about that a lot. I do feel some guilt, but I
Well,
was
here's the good news. The good news is you got to see the cat the way he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
he's a nice cat.
that was not the end of the story.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really glad he didn't live out his life
Because as a
miserable and
parent,
misunderstood.
as a parent, you go through the same thing with your children. You would like to make everything right, but lots of times you just don't have a clue.
Yeah.
And it's a trial and error kind of thing. And, you know, you're willing to try almost anything to alleviate their suffering.
Have tried with Bo many things. But that's also why I talk very honestly about him having that anxiety problem, is because I know so many other people who have cats who are quote unquote problem cats, and a lot of vets who don't like cats themselves will write it off as, you know, cats are just jerks and that's just
They
how
can
cats
be.
are.
There are some cats that
I
can be
guess,
kind of
I
jerky.
don't know. I
But look
don't
at
know.
Jackson Galaxy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's managed to get cats that would like only interact by hissing and
or
hiding
killing each
to be
other.
sweet or to open up. So I don't actually think any cat who was raised
I don't think they
as a
they
domesticated cat
want to
is that
be-
far gone. A feral cat,
I don't
don't
think
know.
they want to be the jerk.
No.
I
They just
think they just want what everybody else wants. They just want to be loved. They want
Yeah.
to be.
feel
They
secure.
want to have their needs met.
Because Bowie is 11, and for I want to say 7 of those years, vets just blew it off.
Sweet.
Like I would bring it up, and it'd be like, "Well, cats can just be jerks. Get another litter box."
Ah.
How many litter boxes can one house
And
have?
he didn't use any of them.
Cats can just be jerks. Have you tried changing the litter? I tried every litter that was on the market at the time. Cats can just be jerks. Have you
Is he
tried
a
playing
jerk?
with him?
Is he
no.
a jerk anymore?
Well, he's grumpy. He
but
complains.
I mean,
he
that's
complains a lot, but that's not a jerk.
But that's not a
That's
jerk.
just he just talks
He's
a
not
lot.
pooping all over the place
No,
anymore.
and he likes to cuddle. So,
2, 3, space, then 4, space.
but that's why I talk about it, so that other people who have quote unquote jerk cats might realize, like, oh, this could be something treatable. This might not be their fault.
Yeah. 1.
And it took dropping him off at the vet for during COVID when they weren't seeing people in person, and him losing his mind because they brought in these male feral cats, and he'd already been there for several hours because he was just there to get vaccinations, and I guess they weren't in any hurry to get him handled, and they brought in these male feral cats, and he like went nuts, and like almost tried to bite one of the vet techs, which he does. He's not a bitey cat. And then it was like, oh, it might be anxiety. But I think
So there, some cats may be jerks,
I
but
think cats get a bad rap.
he was not a
unfairly.
jerk.
No, he was the
he
sweetest
was
kitten.
just suffering.
He was such a social kitten. He let anybody pet him, anybody hold him. I gotta mark it. Can't.
2.
And like as it's going, I'm starting to really see the design, but it takes a while to get there.
4. Okay, that's 4. Space, close, space. Space.
3, 4. 3 is the crossbar.
Closed. Space. Foreclosed.
Hmm.
1.
Oh, hey, bud.
2. 3. 4.
Yeah,
Open.
if they could print, and I know this is extra work, and it kind of limits, as a seller, it limits, you know, what you can send in each kit, because you've printed a design on it. It can't necessarily be reused. But if this became more popular for them, I think printing the design on the wood would make this much more accessible.
You see
Yeah.
how tiny that would be?
It would, but at least your design would be marked on it. My back looks awful.
One.
I wonder, because I don't actually get a lot of feedback. I wonder if the advice I give, the suggestions I give to companies on how their products can improve, I wonder if anybody actually ever takes me up on it. 1, 2, 3.
You've never heard from them.
No one, of course not, honestly. I mean, I would love it. It would really make my day if a company was like, hey, we saw your review and we heard your feedback and we made these changes. Thanks for your time. Like, that would really make me very happy. But they're never going to do that, because then I guess they're like legally liable to owe you something, maybe, if I was like, hey, that'll be $50, please. Not that I'd necessarily do that. I just wish they would, like, acknowledge it.
Sure.
Yeah.
3.
You're showing the camera occasionally, right?
I need to do it more. The problem with me showing the camera is just I lose my place. But I'm at a spot where I can do it, so I will. Because I'm going to have to change the thread out soon. Okay, this is where I'm at so far. So you can actually see the design. Like, once you've spent enough time with it, you can start to see the design coming along. And then it kind of starts to make sense. And for the skip spaces, if I have more than one, I have to mark them so I can keep track of them.
Sounds like they're doing dentistry next door.
It does.
What?
He said it sounds like they're doing dentistry next door.
You never know.
Could be a hustle.
Did you go to an outdoor dentist, Becca?
You know what? Maybe it would sure be being in a room that smells like disinfectant and fear.
You talking about the vet or you talking about the dentist?
Either
Okay, but I need
a rethread.
a thread.
And Bowie is chilling out in Joseph's lap, watching us, but being very, very chill and calm.
Here.
Because he's a good boy.
Now, what did I do with that other thread? No telling.
Chillstream.
That's right.
Got it.
Stab
There it
myself.
is. Okay, let's see what I need to go next. Coming up from there. Is it 3? Yes.
Ah, come on. No.
Oh, you're going.
I
You're going
moved.
good, girl.
Yeah, well, you'll note, I knotted your thread a bit. I'm going to cut that to fix it. You'll note I am marking both the wooden thing and this thing as I go, because otherwise I'd just be totally lost. I'm making my own accommodations. Or initial, like, monogram templates. I mean, if they're not even going to print the names on these, they could do like all the letters of the alphabet and you find yours and do it.
Yeah, they have them like that. They have kits that show, I can kind of cross it's just the alphabets, different kinds of
Yeah.
writing.
I meant for these.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
you
would
could
be
do your
cute.
own. You could put your own. Mine, you'd have to figure out how many spaces. You'd have to put it on a bigger grid
Yeah.
than this.
Well, I'm giving dimensions a free idea right this minute. Okay, because all I saw were two designs, and I've been to Michael's several times since, and all I've seen are two designs. So I don't know if they're very popular, and all the other designs are just getting
maybe they just
snapped
only
up.
have 2 designs.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And you know, I keep looking at those tiny house craft kits where you make like a diorama of like a miniature room. But if I'm struggling with this much,
What's a tiny house craft kit?
like it's like you make a diorama of a room, like a dollhouse room.
A lot of cutting and gluing.
Yeah, well, it depends. Sometimes it's a lot of sewing.
Okay.
It depends on the kit, because some of the kits are all paper and some of the kits are like wood and stuff. It's basically a model kit.
One.
What did I do? I don't even know. Oh, 3. Okay. You gotta sing the song. It's like magic.
Maybe you could sing the instructions.
At this point, I mean, we went off grid. Like, I'm just following the template. I'm not trying to do proper
Spaces.
counted cross stitch because I'm just at, can I make a reasonable facsimile? My standard of excellence has gone down. Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3,
1.
and then 3 again.
4 spaces.
This is not a car craft.
Mm.
I used to do embroidery in the car, but as a child, but like it wasn't great. So this one would be much worse.
4.
You lost your needle?
No, but I need a bigger needle.
I'm
I
sorry.
need one with a bigger
yeah,
hole.
I don't have one with a bigger hole.
Well, this one seems like it's a little bit bigger.
Maybe.
You have to be able to get it through the hole in the wood.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 3, and then I skip
4.
and then skip 1, and then 2. Yeah, it's a mess.
3 spaces. 1, 2, 3.
An over-the-shoulder camera would be very nice. I know that, because then at least you could see. It's a little slow.
You can always put the camera in between you and the cross stitch and have it face outward.
I feel like it would just make it harder for me to cross. I'm already like hanging on by my teeth.
I mean, maybe you could use it to magnify.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not a bad idea. You goofed.
No, it's getting end is getting tangled in with.
Oh.
Like, I hate to ask you this again.
You need me to thread it?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second, because I got a knot that I need to pick. Well, I guess that knot's not going anywhere. Yeah, this is also one that if you were doing it with people who need, I'm not saying this to like outtell, I'm just thinking out loud.
Well, if you had a needle threader.
Yeah, that'd make it a lot easier.
Yes.
But like, I'm thinking like if you're working with small kids, or just people who have. Oh no, this is not better.
No.
Can I have the other one back?
Yeah.
That's
don't think the
way
hole is big?
smaller.
Really?
No, this thing's a long, narrow one, and that's not
Okay, this one might.
much better. It's just smaller. Come on.
Okay.
And then what's the needle? The I got it. The carpet
Oh,
making
thank
one
you.
where you're like latch hooking.
Latch hook, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen kits for that. I have the punch needle
Latch
kit,
rug.
but I haven't seen the latch rug kits. Then skip to.
There was a special catalog that I bought, used to buy it from.
You look it up on the internet.
Yeah, and
I
I don't
used to
remember
see them
them.
at Walmart when I was a kid. In the
Yeah, but that
craft
was that
section.
catalog that also had different like crewel sets and
Kind of cross stitch embroidery.
Yeah, and all these different like you could do pillows. I mean not
Yeah.
pillows, but seat cushions.
Yeah. I forgot the name of that
Okay.
place.
You know, there's a
That's
needlework
blank
place. It's like
underneath it.
Gary's next
And
to
then
David's Art
to-
Supply.
Really?
Yeah. Hang on. My brain is having a hard time.
One.
Let me see if I am.
Skip two.
Space.
And then it's three.
One. Space. 3.
Your eggs really came out nice, Becca.
Oh, thank you. They were not worth it. Could have done wood or ceramic for all that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't add, it being on a real egg did not add anything to it. And then I'm seeing even more people posting aspirational photos of their beautiful eggs that have been gouached and acting like it's like, so cottage, much core. How
Much
cute.
what?
Oh, cottage core. It just means like
Okay.
this aesthetic of like
3
living in a
spaces.
cottage, I guess, but it's not like real life in a cottage. It's like Marie Antoinette's idea of living in a cottage, right? Like
I
very,
thought she was from a farm.
very, well, she had a cottage on her little fake
Skin like
farm.
isn't full of soot or whatever.
Yeah, it's very twee. It's very cute and very like Instagrammy. And watercolor eggs are 100% that kind of craft. And that, like, that's okay. I guess that's okay. But like, you could do it on ceramic and it would be easier, less fragile, work out better. I'm here to like dunk on watercolor eggs all day, every day, because it's having done it and then seeing them pop up every Easter and people being like, "This is the aesthetic life." No, just do the wooden ones or the ceramic ones. You'll be so much happier.
Open, closed. So I'm gonna run out of
Oh, I gotta
thread.
split it. Yeah, I probably will too. I don't know. Oh, you mean for
No,
this? Yeah.
Open,
Go down to Dollar General or poach it from one of the other kits.
closed. Open, closed. Open. Close, closed.
It's hungry work though. That gumbo's gonna taste good. Using all them brain meats.
2. Open. And then it works.
Okay, so I just did the 3.
Oh, it's okay.
So I got 2.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
That's 1 and then a space.
Is it getting any easier?
A little, but I've always had map reading problems. I will always have map
But
reading
that
problems.
might, this might
so-
improve that.
No,
You feeling like you're gonna finish?
I would like to, like,
Are you gonna finish the black?
1 space.
Maybe.
That's my goal. But you know what? If I do the black, then the white will be easier
I don't know if that's necessary.
because for
so-
me it will be because then I will be mostly just filling in and not having to count everything and figure everything out.
Okay.
1.
Oh, me gas, mosquito guy.
It is the mosquito guy. It is that time of year. Mosquito time of year.
Can I close the doors?
Probably, unless you want to smell DEET.
Huh.
You don't actually use heat, right?
I don't think so. Well, they're supposed to be using a much
No.
smaller amount of it, but I don't. They're not supposed to, but they do, I think. Oh, my camera got all weird.
Chloe.
Hey, y'all. It is really difficult to show what we're doing and show our faces, which is why I mostly settled for just showing what we're doing. I like how I moved the camera and somebody's like, nope, too personal. So thank you for my remaining friend. This is
Your remaining friend.
This is where we are right now. Big old stretch. Fell on the floor. This is definitely
getting the threads can
not
be a challenge.
a counted cross stitch or embroidery channel, but it's nice to try out different arts and crafts.
Okay, I need your assistance.
My magic.
Where did I put my needle?
Gonna have to do just a one space.
What did I do with my needle?
I don't know. Hang on. Gently look. There it is.
Okay.
Because since December we've been reviewing different art and craft kits
Mm-hmm.
every Monday, and needlecraft is a craft, and it's very appealing to a lot of people. There are many people who really enjoy it. So the only reason I kind of postponed doing it is it is fun to do, but not necessarily fun to film. Not necessarily like good on camera.
Okay, let's get back.
Especially not if you can't time lapse it.
Let's see.
So let's see if I can.
Find where you left off. I
Yeah.
have to mark it.
Yeah, I was going to do that, and then I got distracted.
Okay.
I got distracted.
So we are checking out the Dimensions DIY Stitch Kit. It seems like there are two available. One is a smaller, probably easier British flag. The other is a larger black and white labyrinth pattern. You can guess which one I picked, the difficult one. I would like to see them offer more designs because I think it's a really cool concept. I do think online you can order the laser cut blanks, and then they're books of patterns. So,
Or you can make your own.
or you could
patterns,
make
yeah,
your own
yeah.
patterns, yeah. But if you are someone who, I think kits have a lot of value for making things a little easier to pick up, making things a little more accessible to people who've always wanted to try something, but they don't know what materials they need and they've never done it before. So when we review these kits on Mondays, we're looking for ease of use. We're looking to make sure it includes all of the relevant materials, minus things like water or cups or a stapler.
If children could use
In
them.
general, yeah, but I have a resin kit that I would not recommend for children. It's
Without
not aimed at
supervision?
children. That's gonna be your mile. I mean, it really depends on your kids, how mature they are. Like if it was me, I was a rambunctious kid, so stuff that involves fumes and epoxy would not necessarily have been a good fit for me at like 9, but would have been okay at 13. I also have a soap making kit. I want to do candles at some point as well.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these kits, I would like to start reviewing more adult kits too, or more involved kits that aren't just like for ages 5 and up.
Yeah.
Not because those kits aren't fun, but because they do start to be all kind of the same after a while. Okay, skip 2 and then 3. But the realm of adult art kits is neat because there's a lot. If you've got a more responsible kid, if you have a teenager, that's really what's going to be more interesting for them. And then we also talked about doing some leather working because I have some leather scraps.
Stamps, yeah. 2 spaces.
and that's not one. Or like we did the wood burning, and the wood burning was 100% not for us.
Well,
And
very frustrating to use the tool.
those tools were awful, and we tried 3 different tools, and they were all bad. 3 different brands, all terrible.
Open,
Okay,
close.
what am I doing? Skip 2 and then 1.
Closed.
Wish there was such a thing as smell-o-vision on YouTube because Joseph's seafood gumbo smells really good. And I wish y'all could smell it. But maybe it's good because it might make y'all hungry.
Huh.
Yeah, it's making this one hungry.
It's making this one hungry, me.
Two.
This is maybe not a great one for arthritis either because it's a lot of small, close work.
Yeah, but exercise is good for arthritis. Open, open, closed.
You want to try?
Not necessarily. You can't even see what you're needle pointing though. The camera's just pointing.
I'm
at your
about to
face.
show them. I know.
Oh.
It was pointed at what I was needle pointing for a while. It's hard because I can't find an angle where you can see what I'm doing and you can see my face. Yeah.
Maybe if you turn the camera, I don't know, which is a wider angle lens, the front or the back?
That's a tough one because older phones used to have the wider angle on
front
the
would
back,
be- No,
but yeah, they did.
because
It
they-
wasn't until modern more people taking selfies and vlogs that people started using the front facing cam.
Open, open, closed.
What are y'all doing about this one that goes under the large
On
circle?
mine?
Because mine go on either side. I don't
Let me
have one
see.
that goes under the large
Yeah,
circle.
you do. It's going to be black flanking and then there's one in the middle. You should unless you or they messed up.
I guess I can see where I can put it.
Open, closed.
Alright, so that's where I am. You know, when I was in undergrad, I did a project where I was playing with the concept of the human as the printer
Yeah.
because like quilting, needlework, you're like kind of printing in a way. You're transcribing one image onto another surface like a printer would. And my teacher 100% was like not feeling with it. But I did like a pixel art and then I made a quilt out of that. I thought it was a cool concept. I love the combination of like handcrafts and art. But he was also like 100% not one of those folk art kind of people.
Did you keep the quilt?
No, because it did not turn out super. I had to, because I was sewing it all by hand. And I just never had enough time because I was taking like a couple of printmaking classes at the same time and just normal classes as well. So
Yeah.
I'm sewing this quilt in my dorm room and taking it with me everywhere I went.
Yeah.
And it's just barely finished, but it's a lot of
That's how you
bastings.
get a nickname, you know.
Huh?
I said that's how you get a nickname.
Quilt girl.
Yeah.
That weird. I used to sell, I was super weird. I used to make kanzashi to sell on Etsy, those hair flowers with folded fabric
Oh, how
all
pretty.
through class. I guess, but they never sold them. They were pretty, and I sewed them real sturdy, so like a kid could even wear them. Like they were really, really well finished, but they never did that well. So
You ever think about selling it with Kara?
You know, I
Kara
tried-
designs
I
on
asked
it?
her to make me one,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't do it.
no, I finished it. I just never finished
And speaking
it.
of
Not on stream, please.
what, that painting.
Yeah, no. Oh well. Here we go.
That was supposed to be a Christmas present.
Well, now it's a birthday present.
Well, it's in May.
Oh, okay. I'm early.
Yes.
We haven't,
We
done
haven't
anything
finished yet.
It hasn't even started.
To be fair, we also made handmade, hand-harvested candied kumquats for that person, and I considered that because I burnt myself enough with that thing to be
And
the
that's
Christmas
supposed to
present.
be, that's not the Christmas present I
Three,
wanted to give.
4.
That might be the one you gave.
Well, considering I did not receive one in return, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, but he loaded you up with crystal. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of which, where is that?
It's packed away because I have
Oh.
nowhere. I mean, this is a rental.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
She has no place to put her fineries.
Well, that will hopefully change.
Okay. I go through 18 inches
All
in
the time.
one line.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm gonna run out, and then I'm gonna be mad because I need the black so I can do the white. That's not a them problem; it's a me problem.
See, mine didn't look too messy in the
Are you
back.
just not
That's
doing
that's
it tight enough?
What did I do? You took my pen, and now I lost my
Ugh.
place. No, okay. No, I'm doing it pretty tight, but the thing is, I had to cut some out, and that causes wastage. And I'm wondering if they figured out exactly how much their
Yeah, but we
in-house
can get
expert
embroidery
needed.
thread
Oh,
almost
I know.
anywhere.
Well, Walmart.
I bet we could even get it at Dollar Tree.
But the closest Dollar Tree is y'all's, which is 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
I have a Dollar General, and that's hit or miss what they have. 2, and then I gotta mark it because I don't know what I'm doing. 2, and skip, and then 1. What would you guys like to see? I feel bad because these streams have not been doing as well as they used to. And I mean, my goal is to try out all different kinds of crafts, but I know not all different kinds of crafts are equally entertaining. I know this isn't that entertaining, but part of it is also to just hang out and chill and feel socialized. But with vaccines becoming more available and COVID restrictions being lowered in some areas, I know people don't need me as much anymore, which is bittersweet. Okay, skip and then 2. So what are y'all interested in seeing?
Okay, back.
Get some glass blowing.
Ah,
Yeah, but, I would.
me too.
Why do you keep goofing? I would do a stained glass.
You know
kit
that's
would be
not.
cool. They have
It's about
sold
cutting the
commercial ones
glass.
before.
And
What did
using,
I do?
and the lead.
You don't even have to use
Cane.
real lead cane. They have
But
it's like
It's
aluminum
not that
cane.
hard to work with.
It's not, but I want to find a kit of it because I don't want to have to
Yeah.
figure everything out and source everything.
I took a class in that one time.
Did you?
Yeah. And the only thing is, I couldn't afford a soldering iron
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
but
was
we
on
got-
disability.
Yeah.
We got. What you call it?
No, Joseph has a
Wood
solder.
burning kits.
But
that
Joseph-
also could be soldering
Yes,
iron.
Well, I used Daddy's, and Daddy's had a real low melting point. Like it only
Well,
reached
lead is
like,
supposed to be like that.
Yeah, real lead
Well,
is supposed to.
well, they
And-
wanted a higher.
Yeah, because it was probably had magnesium or something else in
Could
it.
be.
That isn't as toxic, but no.
And it took the longest time for it to heat up. It was old.
Yeah.
It took the longest time to heat up, and it didn't do a real good job of bending.
What was that when you went back to?
The first
went back when you
sabbatical I
went to
ever
Nichols?
took.
And you went to Nichols to.
No, this was when I was living at home.
4.
This was after Nichols. This was the second one I took.
3, 4.
And
4 and then 1.
in fact, that was the one after I had my AVM.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's cool that you went back and took a class after that.
Well,
It keeps the brain plastic, which is good. But I know that takes a lot of courage, and it also
Well,
takes a
her
lot
brain
of
was kind of
gumption.
mush at that point,
But to decide to do that, that's
Yeah.
really impressive.
but you have to have the tools.
Yes.
and they didn't pay beans. Well, they still don't during sabbatical, but
They paid you your salary.
they paid me. I didn't get my full salary.
Why is that?
At that time, they
Okay,
didn't
so
pay
2.
full salary. They paid, you got like half of what you would normally get, and I just couldn't
Okay.
afford
Yeah.
extras, It was all like,
Not on half. I can understand that. I mean, as a teacher, you can almost barely afford
Yeah.
as it is.
yeah.
Thread. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm on the fence because there are things I'd like to go back and take I'd like to take classes on it, but some of them are things like watercolor. I'd like to take a professionally taught watercolor class, but then it's like, well, how much of this is stuff I already know and I'm just doubting
I
myself?
mean, like like you could probably teach the class.
I do teach
So
watercolor.
why would you?
Because I keep feeling like I must be missing something
Only if
just
they're
because I
doing
handle
something.
it differently.
Only if they're doing something that you
See,
have
that
no
would have to be the
experience in
guarantee.
doing.
Like taking a class on like
Otherwise, what would be the point?
watercolor resist techniques I would probably learn a lot. But like just a watercolor 101 would not be helpful for me. Needle threaders
Yeah, really.
would
We'd be
be so helpful.
if we each had our needle threader, then we could just be
Now,
ripping
see,
Oh,
it
yeah.
out.
Uno didn't offer anything cool like
Where did you take
stained
that
glass.
class?
I took it, I had to cross the river. It was at, I
The
don't
community
remember.
college or
No,
college
Community
college.
college didn't have.
They didn't have a
It would have to be like
community college.
Delgado or someplace.
No,
Maybe
it was
Delgado did have
it was
that
in
class.
Destrehan, but I don't remember where.
what in Destrehan?
They offered a community
That's
ed.
cool.
It was
I'm sure that's
community
long
ed.
gone.
Community, yeah,
It was a
community
community
ed.
ed course.
Oh man,
That's when they
that would
used
be
to
fun.
teach more than just
Yeah, I know. How to work at a plant.
how to paint flowers.
Well, you know, having taught community ed, I gotta tell you, the how to paint flowers classes are the ones that fill up. I taught a comics class, and it was always a push and shove to get it filled because the college wasn't going to help a whole lot after
Yeah.
the first semester, and just getting the word out and getting people to pay the money and then agree to
Yeah.
show up can be a challenge.
Space foreclosed.
1, 2.
1, 2.
So I kind of understand why a lot of community colleges just do the how to do
Community-
flowers classes
Not
because those
community
are
college.
community ed. Because those
Yeah.
are kind of a guarantee. You're
Yeah.
definitely going to get people who want to know how to do that. It's like offering intro guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always people who want to learn how to do that.
I don't want to spend the money for private lessons.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you want to learn in a class because you want that social element.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4. So let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Space closed. 1.
Okay, so that's looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. One more.
Closed.
Are y'all able to find the holes any better, any faster than when y'all first started?
A little, but
If
not.
I use
I'm-
this and I treat it like filet crochet,
Uh-huh.
it's still hard to get the holes.
yeah. I have to
'cause they're really so
constantly mark
tiny.
on the template and on my little wooden
Four,
thing where I'm at
open.
because I'm getting lost
Open.
a lot
Closed, open, open.
because it's so little and there's so much.
Yeah.
Open, close, close, closed. Closed.
Well, maybe loom weaving will be more interesting. What did I do? Skip 103. Okay.
Closed. Open, close, close, closed. Open, open, closed.
At some point, I'd like to do something with ceramics, but the problem with ceramics is
I mean,
You
go to a
either-
studio and paint
no,
it. and
throw
fire-
it. Even if it's just a rock.
See, Devin really enjoyed ceramics.
But Devin only ever did pinch pot. He didn't get much further than that because that was all he was interested in.
Becca,
3.
Becca.
Yes.
I'll never forget when we were at Southeastern,
3.
the way our student union
This
was
is
set
not.
up.
I'm not gonna be able to finish
Is we
this.
had like a social seating area with machines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was this
What do you mean
long
machines?
courtyard that went
What do you
through,
mean machines?
like drink machines. And
Oh,
coffee
okay.
machines.
I thought you meant like those
Okay,
computers.
there was
those
also
punch
a
card
counter in the
computers.
back. But anyway, there was a walk through
6,
that went between that, and then the other side was the post office and
Yeah.
like offices and stuff like that. And there was one day we were in there that they brought somebody in that had a pottery wheel, and it was so fascinating
Yeah.
to watch them work
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
hands and do the things that they did. With the
It's
pottery
difficult.
wheel.
I'm not pretending, but I'd like to try. You know? Now, the problem with that is it's like printmaking where you have the kits that are for little kids and they're very
Yeah.
cheap
You'd
and they're
have to
garbage.
go to a studio where they have
Or
these things.
you can buy your own,
Yeah.
and it's about $100
right, but you have to
investment,
have more
which isn't
experience.
bad. But if you've never done it, it's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Closed, open, closed, closed.
Yeah, we'd have to go to like one of those studios. Good luck finding one.
Where
Most
they
of them
do
just turn into
that.
those places where you paint a pot, and that's all well and
well,
good.
that's
but
not, and you have you have access
don't
to a
care.
kiln.
want
Yeah.
to paint a pot.
Our old librarian used to do
A lot of
Christmas
babies at the
ornaments.
box, huh?
Christmas ornaments.
I mean, if you enjoy it, I just
Probably didn't stream if you were doing that either.
Open.
I'd have no, I couldn't stream. It would have to be like a vlog or something, and I'd have, which is okay, and I'd have to ask permission probably, which I don't know. I should be more confident about it. I don't know why I'm so like antsy about asking permission to film, because I never film to just rag on something. I film. Can't even cut this. I'm usually trying to show people something cool for the most part. That's my goal.
I feel like you ragged on some of the art sections in some stores.
That's different. That's me trying to save people money, because if you're gonna get something that's garbage and then be
Yeah.
mad about it,
Yeah.
I want you to know so you can save it and get it something you like.
Yeah, because they want to make it sound like you're getting this really great thing.
Yeah. Well,
And really, it's like not. Kind of like those pins.
which pin?
The
I
one that had
bought
the
so
fancy
many
box.
pins.
The one that came in the aluminum, like the fancy box, really nice box. What did you have to
Sewing?
do with these pens? No, they were markers.
Oh, the Spin Masters kit
Yeah.
is still sitting there because I don't have the heart to donate it because it's real bad and I don't want some kid to get it. And like, I went and hid Crayola crayons for people instead because I legit thought those were better. And then somebody saw that review and was like, "You're just mean and you just like to hate on
You're
everything." And it's
jealous.
like, okay, I guess. Yes, I do.
You're just jealous.
I got a bad personality.
Yep.
I totally have not wasted loads of my own money buying things and then being
You
disappointed.
know,
as
they
a
should have
child.
been ragging on that company, the ones whose names they
The girl, I
used.
know. I wouldn't let them attach my name to that. Like me, I would have been embarrassed.
What company?
Spin Masters, but they work with these two TikTok influencers
Uh-huh.
who have they do art, and if
They
it had
used
been
their
me,
name to
they licensed their name is what
they
happened.
put their name on
And then they
it.
recorded some tutorial videos for it, but even in the tutorial videos, you can tell the product is not good.
Yeah.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's behind you. Because, like I said, I don't want to just throw it away because that's going to be in a landfill forever and ever and ever.
Huh.
But I don't
Because
want
it
to.
costs $20.
No, I mean,
Yeah, here it is.
it's It was an expensive thing. Oh, they're not going to be able to see you. See it?
That's okay, because I'm not going to show it to them. I'm showing
What?
Paula.
Oh, yeah.
Nice box.
It has a really cute box.
But you
That's
have
what
these
sucked me
things,
in.
and basically what you do is,
You pop them into this marker base.
and it's just mark. That's all it is.
They're not
That's all it
special
is.
markers. They don't
Okay.
do anything.
And a cap.
They look like
Okay.
they should be brush markers, but
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
not.
They're not. This
They
is what it's all
Eat
about.
the paper up. They're just
Okay.
bad.
You do like that, and then you select another color. And not only did you look at the whole thing, the
Yeah.
way it was made, but she also looked at the markers
Uh-huh.
and the quality of the markers, that the colors shown are not represented. Ooh.
Really?
No, it doesn't really accurately depict the colors you actually get, which also bothers me because when you're a younger artist, you should
You
just
spend
be
that,
able to
your
get an
parents spend that
approximation.
much money
Yeah, it's
for
$20.
this very
That's like
attractive
a 10
thing.
sub
Yeah.
$10 thing. You can get better with Crayola.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you get, and when the colors run out,
Can't replace them. It's just
Right.
garbage.
right.
And that's what
And
bugs
it's all
me.
and it's all about this. That's what this is all about.
It's
It's
supposed
about
to look
this.
like a stylus, like a digital art
yeah,
stylus.
like you can use a different handle for the different colors, but
It's dumb, honestly.
it's
Just
it's
bad.
all show. It's all
Yeah.
show and no go.
And that's what bothered me is like
These
what
beautiful
you're gonna
rocks.
do is you're gonna convince
See?
some
It's
kid
like
Yeah.
you've got candy in it.
who's
or
really
something.
excited about art that they don't like art because this thing that their favorite TikTok influencers
It'll be
represent.
exciting right at the beginning, but
It's
then
bad.
after a while, it'll be like, I'll just use my.
And then mom and
Crayolas.
dad won't buy you any more new stuff because it's always a waste. You never use it. Well,
Yeah.
it's garbage.
Anyway, they attached their names. They allowed, which is I mean
Five.
good for an artist.
Yeah,
because,
make that money, but
uh-huh.
I would have held it to a higher standard because it's really bad. Like I can't express
Yeah,
just how you would
but if
get
your name is
nicer
attached to
at
crap
Dollar
or
Tree.
garbage, then pretty soon they
Sorry,
start
I'm trying to
associating
fix it.
that with your
Right,
name.
it pollutes your name. Or people don't take you seriously as an artist or an influencer
because you allowed your name to be
because you'll put your name in whatever
associated with
garbage.
something like that. So
And I take it seriously because like for a long time when I was a kid, I thought I was bad at art because the materials
Mm-hmm.
I was using weren't very good and I couldn't do what I imagined
Yeah.
with them. Like no matter how much I practiced. And I just don't want younger artists to don't go out and buy the most expensive thing, right? But like knowing like okay, there are things I can do with Crayolas and there are things I can't do with Crayolas.
Mhm.
I'm not a bad artist because I can't do these hard things
Yeah.
with Crayolas. That's all I really
well, the
want.
thing is that if you have X amount of money to spend
Mm-hmm.
on this stuff as a parent, and you just go and buy every dazzling and shiny thing
Most
that
of
Yeah.
comes
the
down
time,
the pipe.
the pretty stuff is where at Walmart for art supplies, the prettier the package, the worse the product.
So
Because they spend
thought-
all the money on the
They
package.
accused her of being jealous.
I hate her, and which is like okay. I mean, I am hating on it. It's bad. Like
Why
it
would
made
you
me
want your name
mad.
attached to that? You know, why be jealous of that? If it was a good product,
Yeah.
I would just be like, that's cool. I mean, the Art Sherpa, she has a popular art YouTube channel, and she has licensed her name to several products, and it's mostly acrylics. So I haven't tried any because I don't do
Yeah.
acrylics, but they look like passably good products, you know. So you can do licensing and not be a sellout.
yeah, without putting your name on any piece of junk
Yeah.
that comes down the pike.
And then that's too blank.
I mean, that's your name that you're selling.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know these people. So maybe they were pitched something and then something completely different
Yeah, maybe
came
so.
out. I really don't know.
Okay, that's starting to.
So this is where I'm at.
Let's see
I'm
how yours
almost
is
half
looking.
done. It's looking, but I'm running out
Are
of the
you
black.
doing white at the same time?
No, that's the blank space.
Mine doesn't look like that.
Careful because the needle's sticking out.
Okay, let me see.
You can actually, but you
What
see
is
where I
that?
use. That's me using the pen.
Oh,
to
okay,
mark,
okay,
'cause,
okay,
like,
okay, okay.
When you have like 4 blank
I was gonna
spaces,
say because
when you have 4 blank spaces in a row, you lose count.
Yeah.
So I'm dotting the centers of the blank spaces so I can keep track. You know, one day I would like to do a very small line of art supplies, like for my shop. This is like a total pipe dream. We've talked about this a little bit. I'd like to do, but it would all be like really good stuff. Okay, so then I have 4 blank spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch, somebody's gonna like come back and be like, "You were talking smack about the Art Sherpa," when I literally was not. But that's why I don't like mentioning other channels I watch that are in the art sphere, because it's like people will sometimes take what I say and like misconstrue it, like I said something negative because I didn't say so. I don't know, like really, I don't know why.
it's the quality of the materials.
Yeah. Well, none of these companies own me. And I'm not saying that company owns them, but I'm saying they don't. So they're not going to control what I say about these products. And that's why I'm not on anybody's PR list, really, is because I'll just say whatever I actually think.
Well, they want to control how it's advertised too.
Yeah.
And,
Well, to me, that's an incentive to step it up and make a better product.
you know, I mean, it's like,
the premium brands would want to reach out to you for that.
Right, you would, because I don't lie. So you would think you would want to show off how good your stuff is.
Yeah.
And you know, most of my reviews are not harsh because I don't go out and buy stuff I think is going to be bad. Like when I bought that dumb kit, I was totally bamboozled. It looked like it came with brush tips. They didn't disclose whether it was alcohol marker or water-based markers, and Walmart has been carrying more alcohol-based markers lately. Like I really went into it thinking this is going to be okay.
scissors.
On that note, when I review things that are made, handmade watercolors, I do review them on kind of a different scale because this is an individual person's business. So if I have like real problems with the product, I won't release that review to the public, and I'll contact that person with my concerns to give them a chance to fix, to fix those issues. Because I'm not looking to just like eat somebody alive.
Well, but
I'll eat a company alive.
If it's a good product, you want to get it
I want to
out
be
there.
able to like spread the word about it. Like I recently reviewed Black Sheep watercolors, which is made by like a 2-person team, and they're actually really, really good. I really liked them. And they're not, for a handmade product, they're actually quite reasonably priced.
Where do you find them?
I found out about them on Twitter, and I ordered them online through their shop.
Wow.
Yeah, when you're a small creator, it's hard because like stores aren't going to
have
carry
the money to pay advertising
Sure.
firms to sell your product.
Not just that, it's hard to get stores to like take you seriously and be willing to stock your product.
Oh, you think David Art Supply would?
I don't actually know. If it was a Louisiana artist, they're in Minnesota, maybe.
Would you use them?
Yeah. In fact, some more. I got the 6-piece set, and I ordered some more colors because I wanted some greens.
Yeah.
And they're comparably priced with professional grade watercolors.
But also, though, just like Walmart, if they don't carry something that you want, they want you to tell them.
Right, but Walmart doesn't work with handmade.
I'm not talking about art supplies.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Oh, I mean anything
like if you went
handmade.
to David Art Supply and said, I heard about this product and I think you might be interested.
Yeah, I think-
actually bought it and I tried it out and they're really good.
The co-owner,
They may not know about
the
it.
wife, who's the co-owner, she's always open to suggestions.
Yeah.
She seems really nice.
Okay, here. Is somebody saying something?
Yeah, I wish I could just turn off Discord just when I'm recording because it's really very distracting.
What is?
Discord, it's like a chat server.
Joseph.
How's it coming, Paula?
It's not going to look like that.
That's okay. If
You've had to cut and trash and pull out.
Yeah, I've had to redo stitches many times. But if you make it look symmetrical or on purpose, then it doesn't matter if it matches.
Yeah, because it is symmetrical. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea to ask if they would be willing to start carrying more independently owned or micro art supply companies, because it would be cool to be able to support that kind of business and support my local brick and mortar.
Who, David or what?
Yeah, David.
Walmart?
Oh
Thank you.
no, Walmart would eat all of us for breakfast if they could.
Walmart doesn't
In a
carry
minute.
that kind of stuff because they're not a specialty store.
Yeah.
They're just all about retail. you know, Walmart doesn't carry all the
It's
different paint
profit,
brands either.
yeah.
You know, like if you're gonna buy paint to paint your walls and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, 4.
Joseph, how would I get in touch
Open.
with the printing company to get volume 1? There's no address on the
Open.
inside cover of the.
That has been pointed out to us too.
And-
Do you want to order more copies?
I would like, yeah,
We have
because I would
copies.
like, I would like to be able to give volume 1 before I give
Yeah, that
volume
makes
2.
sense. Honestly, I'll give you, because you backed at a really high tier, I'll just give you the number you
Oh,
want.
wonderful. Oh, thank you.
How many do you need?
Oh, I guess about 4.
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah.
Closed. Open, close, closed.
See, that's another thing. I'd love for like Walmart. It'll never happen, but I'd love for Walmart to carry Kara. Not because I have this love affair with Walmart,
Yeah.
but because it's most people shop there. You know what I mean? It's like an
Yeah.
every person
High-
kind
high,
of store.
visibility.
Not just that, but like it's an every person kind of store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like Fion. It's not fancy. It's
Fion,
just
Fion.
Walmart.
Closed, closed. Open, closed.
But Walmart only works with very specific distributors usually.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to get them to carry my
Yeah.
self-published book. I'm sure if I was a celebrity, I could just
Closed.
say I was interested in the idea, and they would.
There are distributors that can get you into Walmart.
4 open.
Not Baker and
closed.
Taylor though; they're more like just libraries.
1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Closed, closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closed, open, close, close. Close. Close, close.
I'm gonna do either all the black or until I
Okay.
run out.
Close. Closed, open.
Because I don't like stopping a project
Close, close.
at like a half done midway point
Yeah.
because I'll never pick it back up.
Open, close, open, close. 4 open.
Speaking of, how close is the needle felt cat being?
I do that one when they can't make it for a Chillstream, so I've only picked it up a couple times. Oh, good. Okay, so there's a skip there.
Open,
The head is done.
closed. Okay.
People like watching me stab stuff because that.
Oh, it's like fun.
Well, it is. If you can be at peace with it, will probably not actually look like the real thing because there's a lot of sculpting involved. 1, 2.
Open.
And then they also make like clock kits, not just
Yes.
cuckoo clocks, but
With the
like
wood?
yeah, like
Yeah, I saw
smaller
one. I
clock
saw
kits.
one. I have a
They have a
catalog.
watch kit, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of younger people, and I fall into this, there's this pressure with the internet where if you're going to do something, you should make money off of it, and if you can't make money off of it, you should just quit doing it. And I something I'm enjoying about these craft kits is that's very anti that.
Yeah.
Like I definitely do think having hobbies and interests that you just enjoy, even if you're not very good at them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is important. Because when everything is monetized, when everything is, if you don't make money from this, you can't do it. it broke me as a person for a while. Plus, my comic has a character who's a seamstress, and doing these kind of different crafts gives me a chance to better understand some of the things she might do, and then I can actually draw that if I want to. It makes me a better creator because I have tried these different things. Talking and losing my spot.
Yeah, you do talk a lot.
Wow, thank.
Okay.
Never heard that.
Cross-stitching gossip.
Well, it's not even gossipy gossip,
No.
really, because we're not talking
Open,
about
close.
negatively about people. We're just chit-chatting.
Open.
I know you are. But that's usually the stigma of like a quilting bee or a needlework circle, is you're
Gossip.
just there for the hot goss.
Is it 5 closed? Yes.
And I mean, as humans, we are social creatures and we want to hear what's going on with
Mhm.
others like us. So I'm not here to just like, you know, I'm not like other women. I don't gossip. I'm more like,
2,
I'm interested in what's going on with other people, but I don't necessarily want to talk smack about other people.
3.
Because I found that keeps you from focusing on becoming a better or for me, it kept me from focusing on becoming a better person because I was so busy looking at like, oh, so-and-so is me.
I'm better than so.
Yeah, and that was like a
I can be a better
justification
person.
not to fix myself.
Yeah.
And I definitely had some work to do. And not doing that frees me up to do other things.
Open. Close, close, close. The hard part is also finding the holes.
Yes.
Yes.
There's many hard parts with this. This is a challenge.
Closed.
And smelling that gumbo, I'm just like, oh, hungry. I'm not going to finish this because I'm going to run out of black, and that's sad for me. Bowie, oh! So Bowie knocked down. His toy is kind of hidden, so he doesn't, because he only plays with this toy right before he eats.
Yeah.
And he thinks-
he must be
Well,
hungry.
he's very hungry. That smell, that's a hungry smell. Because it smells good. It smells like seafood gumbo. And so he's knocked down a bunch of stuff to get his toy out, thinking he can
Space.
force dinner.
So that would work for us?
What, as humans? Or
If we knock things down, yeah.
you know, depends on who you are. For me, never.
1.
That has never worked for me. So, oh, I missed it. Sorry, the chat goes so quick. It like shows up and disappears. I haven't seen a real life cat in over a year. Would you like to see? Oh, hey, Hema. Would you like to see Bowie?
3.
Bowie, come here. He's probably not. I'm gonna probably have to go get him. Come on, bud. Come here, baby. No, he wants to be fed.
Space.
I'll get him.
5 closed.
Well, if we were going to eat, he would be right up in our faces.
Yeah. Hi. Not yet. Oh, baby. Baby. Oh, dang it. Everything fell because we have the fan on.
Turn the fan off.
That also means my needle fell. And I was trying to thread it. So it means my needle is now gone.
Oh, you'll find it. Go
Found
barefoot.
it with my feet. I'm not barefoot. No, we want you to stay. I'm sorry, Hema. No!
2.
Sorry. It was like about to do the exact same thing. Oh, Hema loves you. He's a good boy. Yeah, I'm talking about it.
3.
Everyone loves. I always tell Bowie that everyone loves him, and it must feel so good to be loved by everyone.
Well, that means nothing to him.
No, he
because
doesn't care, but
It has nothing to do with being fed.
no, everybody does love him though. Everyone thinks he's a nice cat.
2 spaces.
Everybody wants to pet him.
2. Okay. And
baby in that boy. I sing to him. Worst part of this kit is seriously threading the needle is the worst part.
Yes.
And it's such a cheap fix because those little needle threaders are super cheap.
Oh yeah.
I think he's thinking about hitting the button.
I hope he does. You're gonna have to give it. Yeah, that's right. You have to give in. If he does it, you got. We have those talking buttons for Bowie, and he's still. It's been a month, a little longer.
Yeah, probably about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, and we do it every day, and he still does not. I'm weirdly good at threading needles. Well, I wish you were here because I'm pretty good at threading needles, and this is hard. I'm spending a lot of time just fighting with this.
Okay. I'm gonna need some more.
I can't even get mine right now, so
Might
get in line. Huh?
be time to eat.
No, I don't know. I mean, yes, it is. But I'm a stubborn person, and I don't think I will
Sometimes-
finish it with the black that they gave us. So that's another thing is dimensions. You got to give us a little more black than this
Okay.
because
Except it's such an easy fix because we could get that almost
it is. But I don't want to have
any store.
to stop what I'm doing if I'm doing like if you're in the groove and you're doing something. Another thing, it'd be nice if they included like a time, like an estimated time. I know that's hard because someone who's an expert at something is going to be so much faster than a beginner, but at least seeing 2 hours.
This is definitely not a sit down for a couple hours.
Mm-mm.
Shoot.
And I thought it would
No,
be, and
this
it's
is-
not.
Well, we had to get to the point where
There
we
we
were starting
go. Finally.
to get
All right,
get it
hand
under
it over.
control. Get it, Bo. Get it, Bo.
Did he hit the play button on his own?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Get it, Bowie.
He hits it while I'm playing with him. He just doesn't hit it before.
Oh,
Where
he's
did y'all
done.
pick that up?
I ordered it on Amazon because they use those for like classroom tools. You know what I mean? Like you can have it be like the answer or whatever, like a buzzer.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you can record it to say whatever.
Oh really? Okay.
They sound awful.
They
The
do.
sound quality is real bad.
The fact that they couldn't tell us your voice is a testament to that.
Yeah. I just sound like a professional toy model. Hello.
Thank you.
It's time to eat. Press the hot dog if you're hungry. Okay.
Okay.
Getting there. Probably leaving a little bit too much of a tail, and that's probably eating up all my thread. But I do think they should have a little overage. And I know
Yes.
black and white thread are pretty easy. Although they made a big deal about we use special colors, so
Yeah.
these kind I'm
Well,
laughing.
maybe
like,
on some
that's
of theirs
black
they
and white,
do.
y'all. Okay, boom.
Not on this particular
Special black
kit.
and white.
How many other black and white cross-stitching kits have you seen?
Just because I haven't seen them doesn't mean there aren't a lot. So like Walmart.
I can understand that though if it has other colors, because a lot of colors like embroidery threads and things like that when you buy them they
Yeah.
have a number.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
these
And
do
if
too.
you don't get the exact number, it is not going to be the same color.
Yeah.
Because it's about dye lots and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Black
well,
and white.
honestly, with embroidery, they recommend you buy all of your color at the same
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
they
all-
recommend the same thing for crochet
And fabric,
and
yeah.
knitting. Because even if it says it's the same,
it's different.
it's
They're
not
not
necessarily.
Yeah. It's hard to do that.
I mean, it's like that for professional stuff too.
Yep.
That's why they write lot numbers on watercolor paints and things.
Yeah, but especially when it comes to fabrics and textiles, if they don't do it at the same time.
Yeah.
No, that's true for watercolor because you're grinding up minerals and pigments,
Yeah.
and those are naturally occurring things that you can't really control. Not every chunk of lapis is going to be the same
Exactly
intense.
the same color.
Yeah.
Or they could just switch where they're getting it from.
That's
all
right,
kinds of stuff.
too. Or the auto industry decides they just don't care anymore, and they get rid of that Toyota Gold, and we're all out of Quinn Gold.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like paint samples too. It's
Yeah.
like on the back of a chip,
Yeah.
it will tell the person who's mixing the paint
What they put in it.
how much of each
Yeah.
amount of kind of paint, the basic colors that they use to put in.
Now that it's getting easy, I'm running out of the thread, and if I have to stop this, it's not going to be easy to pick it back up. That's just a me whine. I don't know if other people have that problem. Part of it is like ADHD. If I put down a
wanna stop,
project,
yeah.
I won't pick it
All
up,
steam's
probably.
going.
Yeah. It's really hard. So
Well, you're in a groove right now.
I'll just push myself, which is not always healthy because I'll skip meals and stuff. I'll just push myself to finish it.
I don't think you're skipping dinner tonight.
No, it smells super good. You did a good job. Or it smells like you did a good job. Then we find out you dumped glass in it. And I mean, counted cross stitch is neat if you like video games and because you can take pixel art and it's basically one
Yes.
to one. You
Yeah.
can transcribe it.
Well, that's what the thing is about the rhinestone thing.
Yeah, and perler bead
Because
stuff.
they even sell the graph paper.
True.
Yeah.
You could take a picture of somebody
Yeah, and
that's
graph
been
it
blown
out.
up, and you can graph out the colors and stuff like that. So
Ah.
Did you see that Kima said maybe they could put an estimate for a beginner then? Keep
Yeah.
expectations rock bottom, so
Yeah.
it'd be a pleasant surprise if it takes
Yeah, you feel so smart when they're like, it'll be 5 hours and it only takes you 4 and you're like, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I'm a prodigy at this. Little self-esteem bump. Stop it. Fans are fierce.
turn it off.
I'd like to open the door, but he loses his mind. I walk
He
in the
loses
kitchen.
his mind. Okay, so 2 here. And it's like the size, almost the size of a $50. So it's like wild in a way when you think about how like tiny this is.
Yeah.
4 open.
And you know me, I'm a
ones.
sucker for miniatures.
2, 3, 4. And
2, strip, 1.
1 closed. And you gotta find the hole. And it's not there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your holes are disappearing. It's probably time to quiet.
No, it's been doing that the whole time.
No, it's that
It's
it's hard
very
to find
small.
them with the
Yeah.
with the needle from behind.
3.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
I also like crafts where you make something that can be practical. So like making a necklace is cool, or making
Yeah.
jewelry or soap or candles, like
But
things you.
not paper bowls.
I'm so sorry. That one was just bad. Too
Too close.
too simple. Considering they were aiming it at teens. Now I see that they rebranded it as like a family memory project, and I'm over here like, well, good luck, because we tried to do it
Cut out
with
photos or something.
yeah.
Huh.
So you
I
probably
didn't know
are
they
printing them
rebranded it.
because I saw it at David's, and it's the bowl thing from the same company, but it's like family memories.
Everyone cuts out their world of Warcraft avatar.
Mm.
You know, a lot of families play WoW.
No, I know. It's I mean, I think it's kind of a cute idea, and it's also like this is our real family. This is us for reals. Pictures of your Animal Crossing island, or town. Your Pokemon. My true family. I'm not actually making. Okay, I'm not making fun of the idea, but those bowls were all were terrible to do. So I can only. It's like an exercise in frustration.
You tried to augment to fix it too, right?
I did.
Different paper types.
I did, and it came out even worse. You got to do it on cardstock. Pro tip. But even then, it's hard to get it to conform to the bowl. I threw them away. I'm sorry if anyone wanted to keep them, but I just got tired of them.
Too close.
We can make a cooler bowl project.
If you had done a Drew Brees one, you probably could have sold it.
Yes, seeing his father's retiring.
Oh, he's retiring to open Six Flags again, so he's just
He's
starting.
retiring to spend more time with his children.
That's what they think.
I bet you.
No,
he will spend more
the
time.
Six Flags thing, that's going through. That's real. I mean, maybe he's gonna spend that time with his kids at Six Flags, the theme park he now owns, but he's doing the Six Flags thing.
Well, you're doing it for them.
I don't know about that. That's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah,
you
true.
could
He's got backers.
He does. So
He's
it's
not
not
doing
just
this
for
on
them.
his money. For open to closed.
He must said that they would put up a family portrait of the Pokemon team.
Yeah, but I think that's I used to like doing those commissions where I draw people and their Pokemon hanging out like an owner with their pets. I always enjoyed those. It turned out cute. But the bowl is a cursed object. This is it. This is the last length of black string I have. Then it's not going to finish the project.
So they really did cheap out on.
I don't know.
Well,
I
the thing is this.
Theoretically, you could have done it, but
I don't. Yeah, maybe if I was perfect at
yeah,
counting cross stitch
yeah.
and never made any mistakes and didn't have to cut any.
It's not just that. It's like going across. You're wasting a lot of thread,
Yeah.
skipping
I'm not-
across.
Well, I'm not doing it
I'm just
that
doing
way.
it like a tight,
Right. Me too.
trying to save thread.
What did I do?
Trying to save thread that costs less than a penny.
They didn't send enough.
Yeah.
They
You
could have
just-
literally
You
included
would
a
have to
skein
stop
of
and go
each,
get some
and it
more.
would have cost them so little to do that.
Yep.
Because it was I promise it was a $10 kit. Maybe that's and Michael's is always overpriced, so unless you have a coupon.
Are there many of those hanging around?
What?
No, because they moved
Coupon.
to this different system now.
You
Where
can't do it through the.
No, you have to
app?
have the app open even to collect your points, even if you put your phone number in, and I hate it. And your points that you earn expire in 2 weeks. So you have to
Oh,
go if
gee.
you want to use your points, you have to
use
be
them
at
all the
Michael's all the time, which I'm already trying not to do as somebody with a problem.
How did Kara's mom become a seamstress?
Her mom was one, so she apprenticed under her mom. It's the family business, and that's why she's so pushy about Kara doing it.
Yeah, I think you said that before. I just didn't.
And Kara is no patience or interest in it.
So I guess you two are pretty similar.
No, I love sewing. I used to
Yeah.
love sewing.
You're just
This
Yeah,
is just
worries
very
about that.
challenging.
Those holes. All those holes.
And I think I lost count of what
All
I'm
those
doing,
little bitty
and I
tiny-
could scream. Just a little scream.
Not seeing where you're putting your pin
Just a scream.
through.
One scream. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I'm just gonna cheat and fix that because I don't feel like picking it out. No, I used to find sewing to be very relaxing
Yeah, but you were making your
and
own
meditative, yeah. And if podcasts and audiobooks had been a thing in my life, then I would have been in heaven.
Okay.
No! I can't pick it out!
Symmetrical. Oh, Devin's gonna be here when they finish truck checks.
Which is...
They don't have a lot of trucks at the one in Mimosa.
Well, I mean, he can have seafood gumbo if he would like and just have low rice. The only thing about seafood gumbo that's carby is the rice. I think we probably... Did we
got a salad. He'd probably go eat a salad.
Did we
first.
make plenty of gumbo?
Okay, closed, open.
See, I'm in stubborn mode now because I want to at least get as far as I can with the remaining penises. Trying during a match, he keeps sending heart emojis. Maybe. I don't know. I don't understand like emoji flirting, so I'm the wrong one to ask. But if he keeps sending you heart emojis, he's probably trying to distract you. Is what I would think. Like get you all Twitter-pated and then wipe the floor with you. So wipe the floor with him, eliminate him.
Foreclosed. Who's sending who heart?
Oh, this is in the Pokemon trading card game. They better not be sending me heart emojis, because I will only reciprocate platonically.
2.
4 with 3.
Okay, need some more thread.
I'm just gonna, whoever gives up first, I'm gonna poach all their thread.
Well, you can share mine. I have plenty.
You don't want to finish yours?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna finish
You're
it, but
probably gonna need
I
it.
have black thread at home though.
Oh.
Yeah, remember she does this.
Oh,
kind
I might poach
All right,
from you
used
for a
to.
little while then, because I don't think I do, other than what's in the kits, and I'm sure we're gonna need that anyway. Thank you.
Who knows? She might be inspired because you got 8 o'clock too, don't you? At home. Oh,
8 o'clock. What?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
It did
Yeah.
sound like 8 o'clock though.
Yeah, but I do need to get
There's
some
like
more.
5 emotes like hello and well played. I appreciate Nintendo really pushing like trying to be good sportsmanship and not really allowing people to say like ugly stuff, since there are so many younger players who use the platform. It's a challenge to keep an all ages game all ages friendly, because I used to play Ragnarok and there were a lot of creeps on Ragnarok. 2, 3, 4. I miss Ragnarok.
Why don't you still play it?
It's a server-based thing, and
What server?
I don't even know if Ragnarok still has like their official server that you pay to play on. But people also host their own servers. But since it's a MMO, it's not really fun unless other people are playing with you. And nobody wants to play anymore.
It's looking good back.
I'm getting there. That's why I want to try and finish it. I mean, if I could just get the black done, I think I might come back and finish it, because then it's much easier. See, because all you're doing is then just filling in the negative space. Oh, you're waiting for me to thread you? Okay, I can do that.
See, yours should be, since you're doing your X's completely before you move on, you should not be wasting.
I ran out.
It looks like about the same amount.
A
in the
mess.
back, in the
A hot
back. No,
mess.
it's just where it's
Covered. Oh.
Don't forget your prescription bag over
No,
there.
I won't.
Yeah, they wouldn't take it back.
Really?
Yeah, they said, first of all, that prescription is not on automatic refill. So somebody must be calling it in. And I told Paul, I'm the
Whoa.
one that
We're
calls it
still
in.
live. Are
Oh,
y'all
sorry.
no, it's okay, but are y'all comfortable?
Well, it doesn't, I'm not gonna say what the prescription is. I'm just saying that
Sure.
I'm the one that calls in
Yeah.
prescriptions. And
Can the
she's got
doctor call it
3
in?
bottles of this
Yeah.
sitting on the side,
Right, but
not being
can the
used.
doctor call it in?
The doctor is not, the only doctor will only call it in if you're out of refills.
But the nurse may have misput it into the book.
Becca, they're automatically refilling it.
Hey,
Whether they
I don't
want
know.
to acknowledge it or not,
Oh,
I am telling you,
keeps goofing.
they are.
Sorry, y'all.
Because I get a message on my messages that says she has this many refills that's time to refill, and they don't tell me what the refills are, what the medication
Yeah.
is.
Well, when y'all pick
And
it
I-
up,
it
tell
says,
them you're not
Type
paying
in
for
all.
it.
So I put, well, she hadn't checked it though, see? It's not until she got it home.
Yeah.
So once it's opened, once you take it home,
They don't want
they
it.
don't want it. So she's even told them not to fill it anymore.
I'll have to call them again and tell them not to fill it.
You're not taking the medication anymore. Please do not fill that
Really
prescription.
struggling with this, and my arthritis is acting up. My left hand is all locked up from holding.
Well, this would be a good time to stop.
No.
If you like.
No.
You start the paraffin wax bath.
Yeah.
She's having too much fun.
No, I want to finish it, or I'll just never finish
She's
it.
having too much
And
fun.
it'll be another half-finished craft.
No, you can finish that.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna, because
Y'all
between
need to
looking
have
at
those
houses,
magnifying glasses.
looking at houses, and like creating illustrations, I'm not gonna do this. And it's so small. I'm not gonna do it in bed before I go to sleep. I'm gonna just
See, actually, if you have another color, you don't have to go back and do it in white. Because this would be good in blue, like a neon blue, or like red. Anything that goes well, even yellow. Anything that goes
All
well with
right,
black.
I can't. Like, I have tried and
Yeah, I
tried.
know. Okay.
I'm gonna keep trying.
Well, give
but
me
give me a
my-
minute. Dimensions, please include a needle threader. This is ridiculous. I don't know who your target demographic age-wise is. It's not little kids. I don't know if it's 35-year-old women, but which is what I am, which is why I say that. But like, I am sure anyone would appreciate a needle threader.
Yes.
Now, whether or not they use it is up to them, but not having
And it's
one.
not about cost, because they're so
They're so
cheap.
cheap.
Yes.
Because all I'm doing is threading other people's stuff, which is fine, but if I had a needle threader, it'd go faster.
Yes.
Well, we wouldn't have to ask her to thread our needles if we had a needle threader, because we could do our own.
That's right.
Did I get it? Ah! Please include a needle threader.
That means she did get it.
Yes.
I did. That squeal of...
Okay.
I just make
closed.
noise all the time.
1, 2. Three. Three.
I mean, the kit's not bad.
Except
It is
for
what it
needle
is.
threader,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Except for the needle threader. It is what it is. It's small. And I should have known that. Like, that's not on them. That's on me.
4.
They should have
Open,
included
closed.
more thread.
Open.
Because I think I did an okay. I made a couple mistakes.
Open.
But I think I did okay. And you can't assume everyone buying your attractive kit is going to be a needle felt,
Closed.
cross-stitch expert.
Open, close, close, close.
It'd be nice if they printed the instructions in color for color designs, because people who have certain disabilities are going to have a lot of trouble
Yes.
with the black and the white and the symbols. That would
Some
be
people
me.
are colorblind.
That's true. So you could do a symbol and you could do the... If you're colorblind, though, these colors aren't labeled in this pack, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, that would be a struggle anyway.
But do they have trouble distinguishing black from white?
No, we're not. These, it seems like there might be other kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. Excuse me, I see what you're saying.
I mean, you know, some people might say, oh, well, if you're colorblind, you shouldn't be an artist, or, you know, how are you? But I went to school with somebody who was a very
It's just
talented
shades of
artist
gray, right?
who was colorblind. He couldn't tell the difference between red and green.
Yeah, that's
So-
a male thing.
There are women with that, too.
Oh. Because I read that genetically
It's more likely, but if you have ocular damage,
Yeah.
it can affect anybody. Skip one. So I'm not really the kind of person to say, like, your disability is a reason why you shouldn't pursue the things you're interested in. It
Yeah.
just may make it more difficult, but
Yeah.
there are also accommodations that can be made to facilitate it.
One,
So close, but yet so far.
2.
What I'm gonna do is I really want to finish the black if possible, and then in the stream say goodnight to y'all. I saw this big concept artist on Twitter say his colorblindness works were really good. Yeah, I like for example, if you're working digitally, I don't know. He's a concept artist, so I assume he works digitally. You have hex codes. So hex codes tell the computer what the color is. You can learn to associate that hex code with certain desired effects. That's like cell animators who paint the cells.
Mhm.
The colors are in individual bottles. They mix everything up in one batch and one go, so you have
Yeah.
color consistency, and then they label it. So you can be colorblind and be able to be a cell animator so long as everything is kept where it's supposed to be. May I have some of your black thread?
Oh, sure.
I got it. Oh, you have some?
Yeah,
Thank you.
and you're welcome to this. Would you please? Would you mind?
Rethread? I'll try.
Yes.
I don't know if I can rethread mine either.
4.
That's the worst part of this.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like you get into a groove with everything else, you start to figure it
Yes.
out, or you just fly without
That's
the pattern.
that's looking good.
I'm so close to being done.
So, would you recommend this to someone else?
That's a
The kid or CrossStitching?
The kid.
If someone already likes to sew, you have to like doing
Needlework.
this.
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't, no. This is not.
Yeah, this if you haven't done some kind
And
of
this isn't a
needlework,
good introduction either.
This is not necessarily the kind of thing you would start on. But if you have done some needlework, and then by that could be sewing or I don't know. I don't do embroidery.
You do feel like crocheting.
Yeah.
Like if you have somebody who has like a lot of patience, this could be a good one for them. Or someone who, as a kid, I did not have a lot of patience, but I loved sewing. Now I would not have picked back my stitches like I did as
Yeah.
an adult. It would have looked like hot mess, and I just would have. It just would have looked like hot mess. And I'd have been proud of it until somebody was like, "That looks terrible," and then I'd be like, "Ooh." So the moral there, I guess, is if you think your stuff might look like hot mess,
Is
Oh,
that
that's Devin.
Devin?
never show anyone.
Yeah, because he's come to pick
JK.
us up, and we
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
even. Yeah. 3.
He's welcome to come eat. I know he's not gonna want seafood gumbo.
4. Okay.
Do you want to do counted cross stitch, Dev?
No.
You don't love tiny fiddly needlework?
Mhm.
You don't.
Not even if it's a cool design.
I bet if it was a Gundam, he would try
You
to
know, he
finesse
might.
one of us
He
into doing
might.
it instead.
Because yeah, it does look kind of good.
What are you doing, Joseph?
Huh.
Bend up knees and watching his back.
With his foot.
Yeah, yeah. As it comes together, you start to get
It starts to look
invested,
good.
and you're like, I want to finish
Now
it.
give me more thread.
Well,
Oh,
well, I
Give me
wanted,
more thread. Give me more thread.
wanted to at least get the black done. If I knew how to cross stitch a pixel Pikachu, I sure would. Do you know how to cross stitch? Because if you already know how to cross stitch, you can just find a pixel art Pikachu.
yep. Put it on graph paper and get after it. Find the colors that you want to use for it. You know, it's getting to be warm enough. They're not what?
Her picture's not moving.
Okay.
It's getting to be warm enough that that place I was telling you about, not far from his doctor, your doctor's office, the place that does architectural
Oh yeah.
reclamation stuff,
Yeah.
like doorknobs and windows and doors, and you wanted to
I do
check
want to
that
go
out
there at
sometime.
some
Just,
point.
I mean, I think it's just fascinating to look at all the stuff. Kind of like going to a flea market, but that's not
Yeah.
a flea market.
We haven't eaten yet. I can look. Let's see if we can.
So how'd it go, bud?
Hey Joseph, come
How
see.
many trucks y'all had?
Two.
Well, what was so long?
Something.
No.
So I might as well take my shoes off.
Sue just texted me and said she still hasn't heard, and that's not a good sign.
That's fine.
Okay. I mean, I know you said it's fine, but
You know what? It's not necessarily a bad
no, and it just might not be the right fit anyway.
For the house?
I'm trying not to talk about it too
sign.
much.
She doesn't want to say the word because she doesn't
I don't want to jinx it, and also I don't want to
if you
like.
believe in jinx.
Well,
2 spaces, 1 closed.
it's kind of like having a baby, where it might
And you have experience with this.
turn out and it might not, and you don't want to talk about it too much because then when it doesn't work out, you have to tell all these people.
Yeah, okay.
That box.
Closed.
Where's it charged?
2 open, 1 closed. 1 open, 1 closed.
No charge on.
Oh, where it was charging station.
How's that
So
work?
what's funny to me is I tell everyone I work from home, please don't call me. I use my phone for recording a lot, and people do it and text anyway.
Like
2
this.
open. 2
1,
open, 3
2,
closed.
3. Just people. And I mean, it's important stuff, but it is disruptive. It can ruin the recording if I'm like doing voice work and you start hearing all these dumb buzzes in the background.
Just let the Diet Coke.
2 open.
You would be the only person who drinks it, Devin.
2 open, 1,
Did you see that Hina said they think Aiden's been embroidered
Yeah.
in middle school?
Oh, okay, cool.
That it was a mess.
I mean, that's embroidery in middle school though. Like I used to do it in elementary and middle, and it was hot garbage. But you know, I was happy with it at the time. You have to fail some.
You start simple. You might embroider with yarn
Yeah.
and a big needle, you know.
Well, I mean, you have to fail some to succeed.
1.
I think I have the first thing I ever tried to do. It was a blue butterfly on a burlap background.
Oh, that
I did it with yarn. I just did long stitches because I didn't know
like a
anything
satin
about.
stitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when you're trying to teach yourself.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
3 closed. 2 open. 1 closed.
Before I realized there were kits out there that
Yeah. Help you out.
could. Yeah. This is back when we lived at the Jeffersonian, Edie.
Yeah.
What did I do? I messed up.
Closed. 2 open. 1
Oh, and now I can't undo it.
2 open, 1 closed. 1 open, 1 closed. 1 open. 1 closed. A lot of people showed up, Deb.
Mm-hmm.
1 open, 1 closed. 2 open. 2 open. open. To open. Closed. Open one, closed.
Well, kits, if you know they exist, are also good for people who don't necessarily come from like families that can teach them skills,
Yes.
or you want to learn something and it's just not something your family does.
Okay.
Ooh, it's hurting the hands.
Oh.
But I'm so close to being done.
The black or just blue?
Which is the black.
The black.
That was my goal, is just finish the black, and then it should be easier to come in and fill the white. Because it's basically just the negative space on the black.
So the whole thing is filled up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see.
So if you messed up with the black, did you just go over it with the white?
No.
No. You'll end up with a disaster.
There've been those that tried.
Are you speaking from experience here?
No, I'm just saying, when you have two colors that are so extremely different,
No, it's not what I want.
it's not gonna, one's not gonna cover up the other.
It just also gets bulky. Like, even if you can physically cover it, it's still gonna...
There's gonna be a hump.
Yeah. And I mean, you might just decide, you might have spent so long in this dang piece. What's wrong with you? Why are you meowing?
I need
None of our cats
I
ever
need my
were
nail
ever
threaded.
pathetic. It'd be like, "Ah."
Where's Bowie?
He's probably in the box.
He's living in a box. He's living in a cardboard box.
Yeah. We got here and there was a cardboard box in the middle of the floor and he was
Stuffed into it.
somewhat.
Say, Joseph, the Army Surplus Store is an amazing place.
Devin's gonna try to sell Joseph on a
I've
field
been-
trip he does not want to go on in the middle of the day when he's working.
Yeah. You'd have to do that on a Saturday or something, Dev. You know?
Wait. I don't even know.
Just make it up. You're so close to the end.
But that's like the reason not to just like phone it in, is because like you don't want the end to look like you obviously just pooped out.
Oh, crap. Nothing big.
Such excite. Much embroider.
Do you see my comment and stuff like that?
No, I didn't.
This one, the
I even
Dodge thing?
posted
That's
it Doge embroidery meme.
Oh, is there I bet there is such a
There are
thing.
many, yes.
How? So how?
So-
Much many. I like Kim's.
Such hungry.
So
I need
eat your
to
salad,
steal
Dev?
some more thread. That's what they should do, is they should get like licenses with some game companies to do like Pokemon embroidery and Mario
But
embroidery.
people could do that without that.
They could. That already has the colors all picked out for
Yeah, well, that's what makes it a kit, is
And
that
it's
everything's picked
you.
out.
Licensed
This is a paint
instead of kind of bootleg.
Will I splatter?
Ah!
But the kits are for those that are less creative.
Ah, or just don't want to buy a bunch of thread
Yeah.
and guess.
They're making it up.
Or you're a creative person and you spend all your time doing this other hobby and you just want to cover a pillow with Pikachu, dang it. I just want my Pika pillow.
Ema said that they would buy a Pikachu embroidery kit.
See, we got the target demographic. One of y'all manufacturers, get on that deal. Same goes for Pokemon fabric. Like, Levi's was doing a crossover with Pokemon, and the stuff was really
Levi's.
the jean company.
Yeah, to
Really?
make
Yeah.
what?
Though they had all kinds of really cute stuff. They had a jean jacket that had like a jungle print, like leaves and stuff, with different grass type Pokemon, so plant type Pokemon. It was really cute, but it was only like in men's sizes, so it was what? I would have worn it. It was
Only
very
in
cute,
men's
but it was
sizes.
huge. Like they didn't even offer it to kids.
I like how this is turning out.
Good, because boy, we spent a lot of time on it to
And
hate
it took
it.
me, yeah, well, we had to get over the learning curve.
Yeah.
Okay, open, one over.
They did have basically an official version of Misty's outfit. But that's so easy to cobble together that I wouldn't pay that money for that. But that jean jacket had like a custom print and it was very cute. To me, I would wear it.
You must have there were Pokemon dress shirts as well.
There were.
I could see Pokeball cufflinks.
Oh, that'd be cute. Or stud earrings.
Closed.
I'll just never, ever get this needle threaded ever again.
Oh, I just screwed up. Made a big mess.
It's time to cut it out.
Mm.
Yes. With smaller scissors.
Yes.
Did I screw up?
I don't know, did you?
If I did, I might. I mean, it looks like it's a little screw up, so I'll just fix it. But if it had been a big screw up, I think I would have just been like, I'm gonna go eat now. Bye. I'm done. My investment is
2.
tied to my stomach.
You get too excited about the Pokemon.
I used all my energy to talk about Pokemon.
Open, closed. Open.
You must have there was a whole line of kitchen stuff on the Pokemon Center site.
I believe it.
Closed. Open, closed.
I hope it's themed. I want Charmander oven mitts.
Open, close, close, close.
Or Charmeleon oven mitts.
Open.
Those are the
Like
better
some
ones.
fertilized deep grade or something.
No, not Vaporeon, the ice
I
Eevee.
don't know any ice Pokemon, so that was the best I could come up with.
That's
Toxic
pretty-
Avenger.
Mm.
See the type of Pokemon, Joseph?
2.
Becca knows who Toxic
Devin.
Avenger is. Mom, do you know who Toxic Avenger is?
Of course I do.
The Trauma Classic.
You must have Glaceon.
Glaceon, thank you. That's it.
Closed. Open,
I'm only like 3 rows away, but my wrist is like, girl, no.
Yeah.
3.
The rows get shorter, right?
They do.
Okay. How many rows are there in total?
1 million.
64?
It might be 64. 1 million. So a little frustrated because the realtor texts one of us but not both of us. So she may have said more, but I'm using my phone to stream, so I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
3. Open, closed.
What did I just do?
Open,
Why am I? It's because I'm tired and hungry. That's why
closed.
I keep skipping and like messing up, and then I can't backtrack because it gets tied in.
Open, closed.
Yeah.
closed.
Ugh. Ah.
I can just like Sharpie the bottom.
will notice. Craft time, a bucket hill burn. Starts out chill, ends frustrated as the dinner hour approaches.
Apparently we sent Shima down a pokey path that
One
he
can
might regret.
never return from. I can just not look at the chat. The thing is that I feel like kind of alienates me from the rest of like any kind of fandom, any kind of specific fandom, is for many people, they feel like this one specific thing, whether it's Harry Potter, oh, I was doing it right, or Pokemon, or it can be anything. But they have this great attachment to it because it hit them in their childhood or in their teenage years.
It makes them happy.
No, not just that. Like, it hit them at a time when they needed it.
Yeah.
Like, their parents were getting a divorce, or they lost a sibling, or they were getting
Yeah.
bullied at school, or something. Like, you needed it. And because I'm a little bit older than some fans, and because I live in an area where we didn't get stuff like that until, like, literally everyone else in the country had it for a
Yeah.
while, there wasn't any specific thing that I escape, other than Ragnarok. There wasn't like any specific thing I could just really escape into.
Not even.
You're saying a Pikachu butter dish wouldn't fill the hole in your heart?
No, not really.
How many
Not for
volumes
me.
of notebook paper did you fill with stories about?
Gundam Wing? I
Yeah.
guess, but I kind of grew out. I kind of grew out of it. It's not a very, to be frank, it's not a good Gundam. I tried rewatching it in college, and it's
That's what everybody says.
not really that great a Gundam. And also, like, my brother got very obsessed with Gundam as a franchise, and I felt like kind of pushed out of it. I mean, I'll say it because he's right here. So there wasn't
I
like,
love it.
he does love it.
I build the
He
models.
would talk about it incessantly, like even more than I did. So it kind of killed it for me a little.
And he still collects Gundams.
I mean, that's his interest, and that's great. But like, there isn't necessarily like this one thing I have all this emotional attachment
I would
to.
say Ghibli is the closest.
Not even, because Miyazaki has said so many awful things about women. You can just tell he has no respect for anybody but his wife, which is like,
Well, he's got.
but he's got female employees. And they're never allowed to progress. Even if they have a lot of talent, they're not allowed to progress. And they have to leave his company to move forward. And he says women aren't capable of writing the emotions of teenage girls, except most of the movies they've adapted were originally written by women. So, like, I love Studio Ghibli stuff, but I think his attitude is outdated. And
He's probably not going to change.
no, he's going to die first. And that's, that.
That's not nice.
Devin, he's like in his 80s. He probably I would like it. It would be amazing if he changed his
Yeah.
attitude about women and their ability to do things. But he's a very stubborn person, and I don't
and
see that
he's-
happening.
And he doesn't have to change.
Yeah.
Because
Well, people are
people-
willing to accept.
work- yeah.
No, now more and more people after Takahata died, they're going to work for other studios. Like there's this other director who I really like, who opened up a studio, Makoto Shinkai, and poached a bunch of Ghibli people because they were tired of like you can only progress so far in
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli. You can't. He won't make
Studio
room.
Ghibli also shut down.
Yeah. Well, it keeps
That's
going
not
back and
really
forth.
a poaching.
It's open again. Like Goro is gonna inherit it. And a bunch of them left to found Ponok
But
as
if
well.
you tell everyone we're done, the company is dissolved.
They're gonna
go
move
away,
on.
That's not poaching if they go somewhere else, even if the studio opens back up and no one comes back.
I don't mean to say like,
They didn't steal him away.
yeah. I didn't mean to say like he like was sneaky or
That's how
crummy
poaching
about
is
it.
usually.
I just meant like they can see they will probably never have a chance to flourish because he's not going to give them the. It's like I have this analogy I use on occasion about the big tree in the forest sometimes has to fall for little trees to grow, and if
Yeah.
none of the big trees ever retire, there's no room for the smaller trees because people aren't going to give them a chance.
You must seem very surprised to hear about Miyazaki.
He talks about it in a few of his documentaries.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of shame with it.
No, he doesn't, and that's just how. And he has female friends. Like one of his contemporaries, this woman who did all the color comps, I think, passed away, and he had a lot of respect for her. So he's one of those people who there's exceptions that he likes, but he thinks the rest of us are dumb.
He also kind of just thinks everyone is a little bit
He
incompetent. though.
he does,
It's
yeah.
not just
He
women, but
he would
I
just
think
like
women
pace
do it
his
worse.
studio and talk about how he couldn't trust the lead key animators to do it right.
Yeah, just take it away from them. And do
But
it
what it
themselves.
really boiled down to was, in that instance, the Caterpillar one, he wasn't that happy with that story to begin with. So they could have done infinite. I'm sorry, they can't see my face
No,
anyway.
I'm telling you to focus on embroidery.
I am.
not on the
Sorry.
camera.
I have one line left. They could have done infinite, a beautiful, amazing, full of life comps, and none of them would ever have been good enough because the problem wasn't the art they were making. The problem was he didn't like the story, and he hadn't come to terms with that yet. Which is something, as someone who creates things by herself for the most part, I deal with that, but I'm a team of one. If I scrap an idea, I'm only hurting me. I'm not hurting the livelihood of, 20 people. I have like very complicated feelings about Hayao Miyazaki. I really like his work, but I don't like his attitudes. Yeah, he's talked a lot of smack about anime in general, and there are certain things I understand where he's coming from, but there's also like so many amazing, worthwhile things that come out every year.
Maybe he just doesn't like life in general.
That could be.
That's necessarily it. He definitely loves working.
He loves his grandkid.
Yeah, but he doesn't love his son.
That's rough, man, because his son is trying very hard to win his
I don't know
approval.
if he loves his son.
Okay, well, from what he showed in those documentaries and
He doesn't
walking,
respect his son as a professional.
No.
Doesn't mean he doesn't love him.
no, but to an adult child of someone, that's the same. It feels the same. Goro has to find his own way. I have a lot of respect for him for continuing to fight and try despite his father constantly beating him up and despite people comparing him to his father and him always being found lacking. He still has the courage to keep trying. And that's incredible. That in and of itself is very inspiring.
What else makes you want to finish an embroidery project?
Or start one and then finish
Or
it.
space is closed.
Huh?
2, 3, 4.
You may just want to go all the way through the embroidery process.
Yeah, Moe Anime is not necessarily.
What about Macross?
I said Moe. Is Macross Moe?
No.
2 spaces open.
I mean, at this point in time, it might have become that, but
Macross has become many things. Just like Bowie's wearing a pink,
4.
what is he wearing, Joseph?
he's got a plaid bow tie on.
You bother that cat.
My poor cat.
Bother that
Devin's wife's
cat.
got an anxiety problem.
What'd you do with my keys?
What'd you think you heard? That poor cat. Boo, 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 do, 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 do. I'm on the last row of this thing,
Good for
and
You have
you.
70?
it's been a lot of work.
Put the crabs in.
Yeah. If
Well, they
y'all-
haven't been in?
No, we didn't want them to be overcooked. 'cause-
You steep them in it, Becca. That's what you do.
I know how Goro feels.
Who's Boro?
I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with the anime is a mistake screen cap because I feel like that about comics and me often. I finished half of it.
Yay.
So I have to go back and fill the rest with white. But my hand is
Or
all
not.
locked up, so that ain't happening tonight, at least. I seriously doubt they did white for this because I had to steal a bunch of the black from you. All right, y'all. You ready?
Oh yeah, now
You're
you
gonna
just
keep
start
going?
down.
No, I'm asking. Are you gonna keep going, or I want to end the stream?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
not.
just
I have to
saying.
stop y'all.
Okay.
Y'all can keep going. I just wanna end the stream. Anyway, what did y'all think of this kit? Other than, as we said a million times, we need a needle threader.
Challenging, but
Yes.
it's doable.
I think it's doable for older kids more
Yeah,
so than younger
Not
kids.
younger kids. If
But you could take something like this and you could adapt it to something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you could take any
Yes.
embroidery project and adapt it for. Oh, my thing fell. I stepped on it. You can take any embroidery project and kind of adapt it for
Yeah.
a younger audience with that plastic stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
plastic canvas and yarn, or burlap.
And plastic needles.
Yeah. I found those so frustrating as a kid. But
What?
plastic needles, but they are safer. I had a hard time threading them because they want you to use the yarn with them.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
why
needle
the
thread.
needle threader comes
They
in.
make a needle threader for those big
Yes,
old threaders?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I used to use them.
I didn't know.
I do lacing with my kids.
I'm
at
just
school.
ignorant, so ignorant. Okay, this is yours. This one's mine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was like a 3-hour stream. I totally did not think it would take. I underestimated how long this would take by far because this isn't even finished. So if you want to make this dimensions embroidered cross stitch pendant, it's an all day kind of. It's a Saturday kind of thing. Like just do it all day.
Or a rainy day.
Or rainy day, or just be prepared to break it up. I will say it is hard to break it up like midway through because it's kind of a dense pattern. So like halfway through the lines, right? So like if you're gonna make it a 2-day thing, do one color and then do the other color because then you're basically just filling it in. But I mean, I have a few complaints about this kit, but they're not major. A needle threader would be really helpful. Printing the pattern on the wood, like some embroidery companies, and y'all see that in future streams, they print the image on the canvas so it's easier to keep track of where you're putting what. That would help a lot as well. And more thread, I ran out of black like almost halfway through, and I did make mistakes and have to cut it out, but most people who buy this kit are probably going to make mistakes because it's an attractive kit, and cross stitch is not overly difficult, you know. It is a skill, but it's one of those things people will look at and be like, I could definitely do that, even though they don't know the proper way to cross stitch and get
Yes.
everything lined up so you're never wasting any thread. So including more thread is going to make this kit more accessible, and it's not going to cost all that much more money. But I did enjoy it. I hope they will release more kits in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all. And I'm hoping next week we can actually do some resin casting because I've been waiting for it. I've just been collecting the materials to do it. So I will see you guys next Monday, hopefully for resin casting. Bye guys.
Bye.
My hand is so stiff, the left hand. Like I tried to wave and it was just like, no,
Yes.
this ain't happening.
Flocked.
No, for me it doesn't flop, it locks.